obvious reasons. I have no idea about Adrian. I'm assuming he'll be here later, if so. So it looks like it's just gonna be you and me and Gooigi for a little bit.
That's fine. I can update you on the meeting you missed.
I did miss it.
So at least for in terms of my thing, I've re-edited half of the scripts so far, because I went back and I took a look at it and I was like, this sounds like too abrupt, or some of the wording I thought didn't sound that good. I re-edited those and I had someone read it too to like double confirm. So yeah, that's a little bit of progress on that end.
Good. Progress is good.
Yeah. The only other thing that I was like more thinking about was the idea of like, I don't think I would ever get like a master's in this, right? But like a second degree in anything, right? And I think I had forgotten that there is a field that is like interesting to me. That does connect to like writing still in like a secondhand sort of way, and that's psychology.
Okay.
Now,
sure.
For the most part, psychology, like I like the idea of psychology in it, that it's like kind of, you know, patterns of behavior and like cause and effect and kind of stuff like that. So I don't know if I think the only math that's required of me is stats. To which I have a parent who's into math, so I was like, as long as someone can cover me on stats, I would be down to learn more about psychology, because I had to take a neuroscience course in college, as well as like I believe I took psych in high school. So like that stuff was interesting. Let's see. Yeah, so it's like out of everything, maybe that seems like the most realistic thing to do. But it's also like helpful in writing, you know, because it has to deal with not necessarily personality, but like cause and effect of things on like people. Which I believe is helpful for writing.
I'm sure.
So
yeah.
So I don't know, maybe psych is going to be the thing I go towards, because it's like the library stuff, hard, like annoyingly difficult, actually, surprisingly and annoyingly difficult. Sound design is fun, but I think it has a lot of like tech, the element of like working with the tech, which is a bit of a bummer, because it's not even about, because it's like I guess I like the idea of like principles and like overarching themes and stuff that are like somewhat consistent, right? But when it comes to sometimes sound design, it's like there's not that. It's just learning how the tech works, and then those like concepts and principles come into like, oh, well, a filter is this and it does like this and stuff like that.
I mean, yeah.
And then wasn't there one other? Oh, and then like literature. What would I be? I don't even. What would I be learning from like getting a lit degree? Like past books and what people have written.
I don't know. Maybe. I can't say that I'm familiar with that particular degree.
Because it's like, on one hand, I agree that's like, it's smart to know what people have done in the past, because it like gives you an idea of like how things got to where they are. And it's like, sure, I just don't think my brain wants to hold all of that like knowledge, or if it can effectively hold all that knowledge. and it's not as like useful as, let's say, psych, right? Just the fact that like psych applies to like a bunch of stuff. So I don't know. I was like, I'm glad I remembered I was into psych. I'll see, because I think it's also right. Is it like 2 or 3 years after, like, you've gone to college? Maybe your GEs don't count anymore or something like that.
I have no idea about that.
Or was it 5 years? I don't know, but there is a certain amount of time that if you pass before going back, I believe you have to retake your GEs, and I don't want to do that. 100% don't want to do that. So. Well, who knows? I may try doing that then.
Well, I wish you the best, obviously.
The medieval room. I mean, it is fun, the like medieval kind of stuff. I think I found that
Well, because it's supposed to be based on medieval times.
No, yeah, I was more talking, but I think I have more of a fondness for like European style, I don't know, structures or like materials that they use over, let's say, like more Asian stuff. And this is like something I can say because of like playing Genshin, because you have like one place that's based off of like Germany, and then the other one's like China or Japan. But I think I like, what is it?
European architecture rather than Asian architecture?
Yes, because it feels like Asian architecture is really kind of this delicate thing that, right, if you were to like, I don't know, touch it on accident, it would like break. Like a lot of it's super finely carved and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, this is fantastic to look at. I just feel like I've become an elephant or a bull in a china shop, right? Versus like European stuff is a lot of like this old stone, like cobblestone, and like these old structures. I just feel a little bit more hardy and a little bit more old-timey, and don't feel as delicate.
I suppose, and that makes sense. It's a lot more inherent stonework in European architecture than Asian architecture. But, like, and I guess from a practical standpoint, obviously, you know, you make a lot of sense. But I do prefer a lot of Asian architecture, well, older Asian architecture, almost purely because, I'm thinking of like Japan as like an example.
Like temples and stuff?
Well, not even just temples, just like regular houses too. Space was really limited, and it was one of those things where they understood relatively early on as a culture. It's like, okay, well, if we're going to be stuck with such a small amount of land, we might as well try to make it look good. So a lot of like, even like peasant homes looked better by comparison than like European equivalents, and I thought that was cool, I guess.
Well, yeah, sure, I can see that. I think it's more or less like, if I were to have to create a living space, which one would I feel more comfortable in?
One made of brick and stone, probably.
Yeah, so I just feel like it's, once again, I don't like feeling like if I like turn around and suddenly hit something, I'll like break this ancient 5 million year old wooden carving, and I just want to die. I'd be like, I can't do this. I mean, it's super pretty, but I just feel like I'd ruin everything. Ooh. But I don't know, who knows, maybe I'm not as knowledgeable on how sturdy some Asian architecture is. I
would assume that it's sturdier than you might think, but it is true that like the like Japanese like castles and whatnot, at least for a time, literally had walls made of wood and paper.
No, yeah, I don't know. There's just something about
Not
kind
the whole
of the
thing,
cobble.
obviously, but that's why you have like the multi-layered shogunate castles and stuff. Yeah,
of course, yeah. But yeah, just the I don't know, there's an appeal to like the old cobblestone, the way, I don't know, they organize or something that I really find delightful. Would you ever go to like a Renaissance fair?
Would I ever go to a Renaissance fair? Post 2020, you would have to do a lot of convincing to get me to go to a Renaissance fair. But I would probably go. Would I go in costume? Probably not. I'm already cringe as is. I don't need that on my conscience.
No,
but
it's pretty cool. I'm telling you.
You say that because you own a sword.
No, but okay, I have never taken my sword to a Renaissance fair, but I have gone.
Right, but you would if you could.
Nice, Zach. You just walked the human being.
I accidentally double-clicked on the button. But yeah, like I don't know, you're not exactly like you're like you right now are like a bank executive who's trying to tell me, the average citizen, that banks should be less regulated. You know what I mean? And it's like, I wonder why you're saying this obviously like bad thing. Because you have your swords, and ergo you're trying to validate your lifestyle.
I'm not. The swords have nothing to do with the Renaissance fair. I know you may be jealous of the fact that I got some swords.
The swords matter a lot for the Renaissance fair.
No,
it indicates the type of person that you are.
One, these are Chinese swords that what is it?
Excuse you.
I recovered from a dumpster.
Excuse you.
I saved these swords.
The Chinese had a Renaissance.
Sure, but that's not the type of fair I'm talking about.
Are you saying it wasn't very fair?
To some people, maybe, but to others, of course. You. Chinese swords. European medieval. I could see you, Zach, in like a medieval outfit.
You can see me, I am corporeal.
That's true, even though I don't know what your face looks like after forever.
Mostly shaved.
Mostly shaved? Okay.
I can do this.
But let me tell you, sir, it is quite fun if you go to a thing and you dress up.
Die.
You get in a mood. It's a good mood, not a bad mood. Oh, he's confused. Hit him.
Oh, he hit the wall. I didn't even know they could do that.
I think the thing is, if you get them, I think it was like a 40 or like a 40 or 36, or I think what the number was. You can kill them in one swing.
Oh, hey. Good evening.
You know, I miss the days of like fairs. It was good. We went to, my friend always took me, not always, but when she invited me, she took me to a pirate-themed fair.
That seems like it would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think that it's called a medieval fair. I'm not sure, but it was like mostly pirate-ish, like people bringing us up. That stuff was cool. And to be honest, if more people dressed up, it would have been even better. We got to, what was it, eat, what is it, Cornish, Scottish, I don't know what they're called. Maybe sausage roll. One of them was a sausage roll. That's a distinctly European thing. Stuff was good.
I believe it.
They do their meat pies really well.
I mean, why would you go to a Renaissance fair except for the meat pie? Is there something else at a Renaissance fair?
Do they sell a lot of like cool stuff? Some of them sells like more costumish related things, like actual like leather, like I don't know, just not only vests, but like bigger than vests. One of them, even though I didn't get one, like
now,
some of them sell pocket watches.
Bigger than a vest, or are you just small?
No, like it's like, you know, a tailcoat.
Yes, I
like,
do know a tailcoat.
Stuff that has those extensions at the bottom. There are some things that look like that, not like size, like length.
Oh, that's interesting. I can only imagine in today's day and age that Renaissance fairs are probably struggling a lot.
Oh yeah, I mean, on one hand, like concerts, I feel like concerts have come back, so I think potentially Renaissance fairs could come back just as strongly as well. Because it's not like those people who've enjoyed those things left, you know, and they may actually be even more like excited to get back to that. So we still may be in a phase where people are still a little bit like the people who probably go to like certain concerts are probably a little less cautious than some people who go to like Renaissance fairs.
I would imagine so. I remember during the height of the pandemic, like in the months following March 2020, there were two people in our friend group in our friends group who were saying fuck it to all of the sanctions and stuff, like all of the restrictions that people were supposed to follow, because not together, but these two individuals really just wanted to go to a concert, man, and like, come on, it's not that bad, it's just a cold.
Yes, just
and it was
cold.
it was wildly frustrating because I remember being stuck. I mean, luckily the apartment that I had in California was really nice, so I can't exactly complain, but I was extremely frustrated to you know, be doing that, I guess, and then just to be doing that, and then just to see people on Snap being like, hey, going to my third rave this week.
Yeah, I do know a couple. I don't even know, like old acquaintance.
He donked himself.
No, still kind of follow on like Instagram just because you know, you friend someone and then you forget they exist, maybe, kind of. But yeah, like she was like constantly hanging out with friends and like being in circumstances where I would be like, yeah, I don't trust this yet, you know? That's a pulled spider web. But yeah, like I feel like that would be an experience for people who haven't gone.
A Renaissance fair?
Yeah, that, or like some kind of, okay, is when it comes to like LARPing, okay, like a lot of it's like fantasy stuff, you know?
Yes,
but
I would imagine so.
You just walked through the fence.
I did.
Walk through the fence again. Is LARPing usually based on like a narrative?
It can be. Usually, because I've only ever had one person that I've known who's gone LARPing like multiple times, and the way that they describe it to me was that there would be like a scenario that they were doing. Like the LARPing that he did, it wasn't like fantasy medieval, it was just like medieval, but with like, you know, the cardboard swords and stuff like that. So there was no like mages and wizards or anything like that. It was just, you know, people with swords or spears or what have you. And just a nice pearl, thank you. But yeah, he said usually it would just be like, oh, we have like, this is what this battle represents today. This is what our objectives are as like the blue team. Let's get going.
Okay, then what do you think's like the difference between like is like Renaissance Fair considered LARPing?
It could be role play, but I don't know if it's LARPing. LARPing usually involves a lot. Like LARPing is actually a very physical activity, whereas Renaissance Fair is more just like a social gathering.
Okay, so
like LARPing is like when you think about it, LARPing is a very interesting like catch-22, because for the most part the people that are going to a Renaissance fair aren't exactly the most physically fit people in the world, but on the other hand it does usually require you to run back and forth across an entire fucking field like 4 times in a single evening.
So you would say LARPing is like this kind of bigger event that requires like a little bit more acting.
Would you consider a paintball convention, like where you just go around and see a bunch of stalls, to be equivalent to an actual paintball event?
Maybe? Because technically it's still paintball, right?
Yes, but that's I'm going to assume that I'm going to assume you give that answer as a joke, because there's obviously a difference between a convention where you're just walking around and looking at like paintball equipment versus an actual paintball match, which is, you know, running around in the forest.
But its classification, right, is still paintball.
One of them is a convention, whereas the other one is like, I don't know, like a physical event.
Yeah.
How do I get this? There's a trick to get this gem here, but I don't remember what it is. Oh well, I'm probably good to just go. All right.
Was there any bombs, or can you?
No, it's like this area. This area has like a bunch of levers and stuff, so I don't know. I'll come back for it. Push comes to. Oh, never mind. Push comes to shove, I'll just push comes to shove, I'll just yes. Push comes to shove, I'll just grab a guide from online to remember how to get all these gems and stuff. Okay, so we're down here. I can go up. I want to move this. Oh, let's go again. Where is there a pull lever up here now? There is, I literally can't see it. There's a cage here. That's pretty nifty.
Can you, as Luigi, go in cage?
Probably, but I can't get it to lower, I guess. Like unless the weight of Gooigi himself just lowers the cage.
Unless Gooigi gains about 50 jelly pounds.
Yeah, see, I can. So you can just. So gross. It's cool though. You know what? What if I can? Do I have to do it all the way? I don't.
Can you just? No, you can't get out of there with Gooigi.
Oh my god, I can.
But you can't reach it.
Not any of the cages, no. That's a good point.
You think you could just walk off the top ledge?
Because it is just a railing.
Yeah.
I could try. I'm trying to look at where like the chain is, and no, I think you're right. This might work. Oh, this one I can't walk through, evidently.
Our ingenious idea foiled again.
All right, well, go back
How
down.
can I live if I can't prove my genius?
The thing is that, I mean, the game is fairly linear. So I kind of assumed that this is where I needed to go, because you had to do, like, all this stuff, right? But it says I need a key.
I like my games to be tangential.
I was telling Grant over the week, because I bought Diablo 2 Resurrected, and I finished all of Diablo 2 in a week.
Wow.
It was a lot of fun. It brought back a lot of really great memories. It's a good remaster of a very old game. But I was telling Grant that Diablo 3 has 4 acts and then the expansion, which is a 5th act, right? And when I was younger, when I was like much younger, I very rarely made it to Act 3 because the final boss of Act 2 was such a fucking pain in the ass that it was like nigh impossible for me to beat him. what am I supposed to do here? I'm so confused. I'm trying to like look. I'm trying to like look in the background or something.
That little hatch, you opened that, right? That was just a closed thing at the top. Bucket, fire, rats coming through that little hole in the wall.
I mean, there are, like, it does spawn, like, an infinite number of rats, which I thought may be important, but maybe that's just supposed to be ambiance for the area. Well, anyway, while I continue to just futz around with this, so I very rarely got to Act 3 when I was playing Diablo 2 when I was much younger, right? And one of the things that I forgot, the majority of Act 3, you're exploring this, like, really enormous river. It's essentially like the video game equivalent of the Amazon River. And so I'm going down. I have no quests yet. And I was like, well, you know, I'm just going to keep going down this river until, you know, someone tells me what I should be doing at the moment. And so I'm going around. And after 2.5 hours, I want to say, of like venturing down the river, I get to the end, but it's the Citadel where you fight the final boss. And I was like, wait a fucking minute. How am I here at the end of Act 3 and I still haven't even seen my first quest yet? I go back and I look at the minimap and I noticed that all along the river, there were little gaps in the trees that I had been neglecting to explore. Turns out, in between those gaps in the trees lead to giant clearings in the jungle with like cities and dungeons and temples in them and stuff like that. And I was like,
that's unfortunate.
And I was like, God damn it.
Beelined it.
Yeah, and the thing was that at the time, because serendipitously, as I was finishing Act 5 yesterday, or the day before, they had just updated. Anyway, long story short, I was playing as a bear-shaped druid, so like my main thing was transforming into a bear and mauling people to death. But one of the downsides of being a bear is that he's incredibly fucking slow.
Which some bears are actually quite fast.
Grizzly bears can run like 60 kilometers per hour, and that's like fucking terrifying. But
basically, you did. But yes, I get it. Poking big thing, slow.
And so it's just this big, and so I'm just like this big lumbering bear, just slowly walking my way all the way back to the beginning of the. What the fuck did that? What the fuck? Why they?
That mouse is committing violence. Kill it. Kill it.
I'm about to say that mouse was committing acts of violence.
Zach, you may have to go into previous room to get anything.
I mean, I guess so, because the thing was that I pulled a lever and it was this key, or not key. It was this bucket tipped over. All right, well.
Can you blow on the thing on the side of the wall above the thing?
Blow on the thing? What do you mean?
The fan. Is that a fan to the left? On the wall right next to the entrance.
Oh my god, there is. There you go. Well, that's how you get the gem. Very clever, Saba.
Yay! Let's go see if there's any fans against any other walls we missed.
I couldn't even see it. Oop.
Goodbye, Luigi.
Do you see any fans anywhere?
Do you see what I see?
Do you see what I see?
You could essentially, what if you put Gooigi up while still in the thing?
Well, he's currently dying.
No, leave him there. Take Luigi down.
I need to do this in order to bring Luigi down.
String Luigi up. He has committed all the crimes.
He literally won't. He literally can't fit.
He has stolen Luigi's consciousness multiple times.
It's true. All right. Oh no! Look at a little heart. Okay. Oh, there's a metal grate at the bottom, which allows Gooigi to slip through.
That's unfortunate.
That's actually a really clever designed thing for the game designers to have done. That's awesome. Like I think it's this. For me. You know what I mean?
Fun.
Like that looks like something, doesn't it?
Blacklight?
Oh
Magic
my
light?
god, you're super right.
Wow.
She's a genius. She remembers the mechanics of the game.
I thought for a second you were about to say I'm Jesus. I would have been like, I don't think we go that far, but okay.
You are Jesus.
I am Jesus.
But yeah, so I finished Diablo 2, as I says, and while the game still has like it's still by far my favorite of the... Can I not get up there? Oh, hey, look at all this money that was just stashed away over there. While it is still my favorite Diablo game of the three, holy crap, does it have problems that like I never even really considered when I was thinking about the game, like just like being nostalgic about it or whatever. It's just old, you know, and like I was describing it to Dad because Dad hasn't played Diablo 2 in like over a decade. And it was just like, yeah, there's just so many things in Diablo 2 that like nowadays would be a fucking sin against God if you did them, you know? Like stamina systems in video games, right? It's one of the things that I could complain about for hours, just like durability systems, right? But
yeah, which you have.
Which I have.
Complain for hours. Yeah.
But if a stamina system exists in a game and has like an explicit like reason to be there, like the stamina system in Dark Souls, oh,
the horde has arrived.
Dude, that's what the fuck? I actually have to fight all of these? Oh, you just suck them up immediately.
It's easy to suck up. Yeah, you just gotta make sure not to get bulldozed.
I forgot that the small guys get sucked up like in one shot. But yeah, sorry, what was I saying?
Stamina systems.
Stamina systems. So in Diablo 2, there is a stamina system where your character has two movement speeds. You have your regular movement speed and your running movement speed. For the most part, that is all the mechanic does for most characters. The Paladin, which is a class, and the Rogue both have abilities that are in... Oh, hey, just to make sure I'm not Gooigi. That's clever. Oh my god, I killed him.
You committed murder. That was the last of his kind, Zach. What do you say for yourself?
Fucking boided him. I'm so sorry.
You killed an entire species.
Oh, this is how you go in. I wonder what's gonna happen when I get in there. Oh, and look, you have to do it as this.
You have to do it as the goo.
Anyway, so only the only the Paladin and the Rogue gain benefit from this system. Every other class, oh, what the fuck? Every other class in Diablo 2 just has to suffer with the idea that once every, I don't know, 40 seconds, you're gonna have to switch from running to walking and slowly walk around an environment for no fucking reason. That was infuriating because, as I said, I played all of Diablo 2 in a week, and man, it was really annoying to like finish mapping out an entire area only to have to like walk to the end boss. Maybe want to explode.
Ah, yes.
Ah, you fucked up!
You are now in prison. How will you get out?
Holy fuck. I should probably move Luigi. Well, they're dead.
Nice.
Is there another lever somewhere?
I prefer a lever.
Oh, it's obviously, it's fucking, come on, dude.
Because I will always
Dude,
lever.
come on! Dude, that's actually kind of fucking shit. It's actually kind of spooky. But anyway, I had completely neglected to remember that in that was in Diablo 2, and so when, you know, playing. I just recently started playing Diablo 3 because I want to directly compare the two. Diablo 3, you just run all the time, and I'm like, oh, thank Christ. Look at his face. This looks like me when someone's over my house playing board games.
You're just like standing over them.
I'm like
holding like a flashlight right underneath your face.
Okay.
Okay. Oh man, how scary would this be? Just an interior room that's like a cave that just has a pit with spikes.
It's like, and they're not even like that well placed. You could easily slip between. It would just suck really bad if you missed. I will say that I am 85% of the way done with the Browse Inside Story video. It's been a couple months since I put out a video. But like, you know, I'm like really close to being done. But this entire week, every time I was gonna like start editing, I was just like, what if I just played Diablo instead? And then I did, and it was
video game.
And then I did, and it was fucking awesome, dude.
I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. Well, disappointing the millions of fans that you waiting on that one video.
What did that video top out at? I think it was like 300 something, 200 something.
350. You have to get to 500 or something? I don't know. No clue. I will go check on the YouTubes.
Well, that was convenient. I didn't even realize I did the puzzle. Oh my god. Luigi, immune to blades.
I mean, don't you still need...
Oh yeah.
I'm like, I don't think it matters. I think you still need to cross there.
It's spooky though. I would just live my whole life as Gooigi. Sure, I can't take a bath anymore, but I don't do that to begin with.
Ah, I see. I guess it fits your lifestyle.
It does. Thank you. Okay. Ow!
Oh, violence. They're holding... What is it?
Oh, you know what? It's fucking Gooigi time. Look at this.
What are those called again? They're not called... They're like...
Crossbows?
Was it crossbow? Yeah, I think it's crossbows, yes.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I was like, it's not a bow and arrow. I forgot.
Hold again.
Zach is just going around and like... not expecting violence from people holding weapons. He's like, why are you hurting me?
I actually remember when I was younger, because I really, really, really liked Age of Empires 3. So my parents were very kind, and they got me Age of Empires, Age of War, I want to say, for the fucking DS. And,
nice.
And you know, it was good. It was like a fun game, but they didn't call it. They didn't call it a they called it a crossbow for exactly like one level. Because, you know, as with most Age of Empires games, you like level up your characters and stuff, like your soldiers. And the very first upgrade you got for your crossbowmen was to upgrade them into arbalists. And so when I was younger, I didn't know that they were called crossbows. I just called them arbalists. And I sound like an asshole.
Arbalist. Nice.
Oh.
Now kill everyone.
Working
with
on
your crossbow.
My goose bow.
Your blow.
Hey, we agreed not to discuss that on stream.
It's okay. You know, they would have found out eventually.
Oh, hey! Oh.
Nice.
I was hoping
Nice, we
for,
got a lot out of that, you know?
I was hoping for a little bit more, but... Look at this guy. Look at this guy and his evil face. Fucking Jesus. Excuse me. Thank you. Excuse me.
Excuse me, let me just take your head, please.
All I want is money. Here we go. Really? Okay. Ooh. Did I ever tell you about the, there was a, I want to say it was either a movie or a TV show that I watched. It was like a one-off thing, but, one of the things that I really liked about it was like a post-apocalyptic world, and it took place in like post-apocalyptic America, but like hundreds of years afterwards. So like most of American culture had like disappeared. They still used U.S. coins as their currency, right? But you know, all the dollars had vanished by this point, so that wasn't really a thing. There you go. Just hoping to get this. Anyway, long story short, they determined or they decided the value of the American coins were based on size. So like
Interesting. So dime would be worth.
Dime was worth less than a penny.
Interesting. So not based on material. Okay. Well, you know.
And I thought that was an interesting idea, because like the most valuable coin was the $50, followed by the quarter, then the Sacagawea dollar, nickel, penny, dime, I want to say. That being said, they obviously had different names for them, but I thought it was cool. You ready for a boss fight?
I'm ready for boss man.
Okay.
Hello.
Oh. All right, so remember how to beat this boss.
I love how they're all cardboard cutouts
Yeah.
of ghosts.
Isn't there like one that's a real ghost in there?
I don't see any particular glow of a real ghost.
Come at me, boy. That wasn't it.
As we wait for Zach to be a man and face him head on, what else should we do?
I mean, I don't remember how to do this. Oh my god.
You were basically skewered, sir. Run! That thing shined a little bit, I don't know. Wonder what that means. Are you supposed to spear Gooigi and then flash him or something?
Maybe. That seems like it could make sense. Because these are just arrows. I can't do anything with an arrow. Cuz I'm assuming he's going to attack Luigi, right? Not Gooigi? Yeah.
Can't you just get in his way, however? I'm wondering.
As Gooigi?
Yeah.
I can try.
I may be wrong. Okie dokie.
Nope.
Yeah, I guess nothing.
It's like there's nothing, there's no surface of his to stick to. That didn't work. I do not know.
Boss fight? I don't remember either.
I guess I could flash him as he's like charging me.
Maybe you could try, yeah. But I think he has a shield. But oh, there's health.
Oh
Yeah, there you go.
That kind of works. There you go.
He jumps up a little bit. Yeah. Nice.
There you go.
Wow, you are not popular, sir.
Fucking damn it.
Yeah, violence!
Ooh.
You know me and my love of violence. Boo!
Oh, the horse is all fucked up.
Boomy bra bra bra.
It feels weird because I technically haven't done any damage to him yet. Oh, sick slow-mo. Yeah, there he is.
That didn't seem to appear to be strong enough.
Oh, fuck. I tried to get the health.
Oh!
Can you let me get the health, please?
Why did you bring a flashlight to a sword fight, Zach? What is this? Oh!
Had to make it even.
Wibber.
Whoa.
Woo.
Man, that level was really short. I mean, I guess I am going to be coming back later for all the gems and stuff, but for right now, that was really short. $69 health. Let's go. Oh,
Oh yeah. All the way back to 1. Back to clean. What if you were just, why not just call yourself like a janitor, right? And you were just like, well, this is my job, right? But what you did was you literally bulldozed everyone just so you could clean the establishment as much as possible.
like what? Like I want to see like an indie version similar to how like Tinykin that we played is like an indie version of Pikmin, but a platformer instead of a puzzle game, right? I want something like that with Luigi's Mansion, where it's like, all right, I'm the exactly what you just said, right? Where it's like, all right, I'm the janitor. I gotta clean up this building, but it's like an evil villain's lair or something like that. So you have to like demolish and destroy everything, and then vacuum it all up. That'd be a lot of fun. Oh, I'm only missing one on this floor. That's nice.
How very studious.
Oh, there you go. Look at that. Back to floor. Was that floor 1?
Was it?
Well, I'm assuming it's 7 because we're on 6.
I'm glad I confused you enough to even ask the question.
All right, goodbye, Luigi. Oh.
Oh.
We went out to dinner yesterday.
Oh, very nice.
It was pretty okay overall. I had a flounder sandwich.
Flounder?
Yes,
That's
fish.
rare.
It was a fried flounder sandwich, and it was pretty good. My mother did not let me see how much it cost, so I don't know if it was cheap. I'm assuming it was relatively cheap, or at least I hope so. And
flounder? I don't know about flounder. Unless flounder is normal where you live. Flounder is definitely not something I commonly see.
Flounder is a lot more common on the East Coast. Yes.
Okay, that makes more sense. Normally, I think I hear like cod. Cod is really common. Or
Cod, haddock, flounder. They're all whitefish.
Halibut.
Not halibut. Halibut's a Pacific ocean fish, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Close though. Just for the halibut. Wahaha.
You funny man.
Man.
Person.
I'm
Individual.
barely a human being.
What's barely? You barely human being, man. Is that good, huh?
Sure.
Okay.
Hello, Gooigi. I don't like Gooigi just standing behind me.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh.
Yeah, that is 7. So the next time we put in a button for a floor, remind me to try to put Gooigi in the back right corner of the room to see if he shows up in the cutscene.
Ah.
That'd be kind of neat. Oh, a little Gooigi.
Hello, kind
didn't-
sir. Bye bye, kind sir.
Ah, I do remember this. This is a great level.
I like the botany stuff is fun. Looks great.
Once again, doesn't really have to do a lot with like being a hotel, but it's still cool. Like, why is the disco on the like fucking second to last floor of the building?
I don't know. Why do you ask unnecessary questions, sir? Huh?
Well, no, because I mean it's like fun, right? In general, like it's just fun to have all these things, but it does beg the question of like, I wonder if the people making this game either like ran out of ideas or were just like, you know what, fuck it.
I like the latter.
I like the latter because that's what I would do. I do like, all right, let's do like a laundry room,
like having the
a
latter.
kitchen, maybe some living areas. All right, cool. We did all that. All right, cool. Let's put in a roller coaster. That's what I would do. Look at all the rats. And then you suck them up. What the fuck? Did you see those? Did you see that pair of glasses?
I don't know. I can't see.
Or was Saba looking at Instagram because she?
I don't know. You took my glasses. I can't see.
Uh,
Those are my glasses. Why have
Man,
you
look
taken
how
them,
good the
sir?
grass looks in this.
It's pretty nice.
It is pretty nice.
Ow.
Fucking rats, dude.
I don't know. Rats are pretty cool
Rats are pretty okay.
when they're not nibbling on me.
Sure. Here we go.
Uh-huh.
I guess since we've been kind of quiet, and I don't want to bore you with too much Diablo talk, but I do want to bring up something.
Uh-huh.
As I says earlier, I played a lot of Diablo 2 when I was younger, a lot of Diablo 3 much later in life, and then just recently I've just gone through 2 and I'm going back through 3 again in order to compare them. One of the things that I'm pretty critical of right now, I'm only like, I want to say I'm like 1/4 of the way through Act 1 in Diablo 3. One of the things I'm super critical of at the moment is in Diablo 2, not saying Diablo 2 necessarily did everything perfectly, but you know, I do like Diablo 2, so I will use it as a positive example. In Diablo 2, when I want you to guess how many items you would have to like find, either like in the environment or from defeating enemies, before you got a magic item. Keeping in mind that magic is one tier of rarity above like common.
10.
That's actually pretty accurate. So about 1 in 10 items that you find would be magic, right?
Yeah.
Now, how much? Same question, but instead of instead of magic, what about rare? Rare being like the next step above magic.
Maybe I would add another 10 onto that.
So you say 1 in 20 or 1 in 100?
Yeah. No, 1 in 20.
1 in 20. Okay, I mean that's a pretty reasonable guess. It's about 1 in 50 in Diablo 2.
Okay, we jumped up a little bit then.
Yes, because rare item, because like the way that you can think of it is that a common item just has its normal stats, right? A rare item will have the item stats plus like 1 or 2 magical modifiers, such as like fire damage or increased accuracy, you know, stuff like that. A rare item will have the items like regular stats and then 5 to 7 modifiers.
I see.
Yeah, so it's a lot better, especially for the equipment slot that you use against it. Oh, you fucking guy.
Oh, you guy, you funny guy.
You funny man. Ta-da. What a delightful little thing Luigi just did. So yeah, anyway, so as I just said, it's about 1 in 10 for a rare item, and then 1 in 50 for 1 in 10 for magic, and then 1 in 50 for a rare.
Okay.
In Diablo 3, how do you think those numbers have changed? If you had to take a wild guess.
It's gotten harder.
No. It's gotten enormously easier. I would say that a magic item, 3 out of every 5 items you find are magic now in Diablo 3. As opposed to 1 in 10, it's about 3 in 5. So the majority of items that you're finding are magic.
Okay.
Likewise, rare items are now not very... The rare items literally aren't rare anymore. They appear to be used as like rewards for doing like little side quests, like killing an especially hard enemy or doing like a mini quest during the main like quest.
Got it. Okay.
I personally don't like that.
You don't like it when things are too easy, okay?
Stop. Why are you talking like this?
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, you're just doing it to make me upset. I understand.
Yeah. Sure.
But yeah, I don't know, and that's not to like harp on it too much, but like there are rarities in Diablo 2 above rare. There's green, which is like a set item. You get like a special benefit if you have all the set items equipped, or all the items in a set equipped at once. And then there are gold items, which are like unique. They have like unique artwork and unique effects and stuff like that. And they're really cool and really fucking rare. I want to say in my entire playthrough of Diablo 2, I only encountered, I want to say like 3 gold items like during the entire game.
Okay.
I encountered my first quote unquote legendary item, which is Diablo 3's version of gold items. I found my first legendary item within 30 minutes of starting the game.
Well, 30 minutes. It's not.
Okay, cool. We'll move on to a different topic then. We'll talk about literally anything else for you. How about that?
The thing is there no like difficulty
No, we're moving
in terms
on to
of that kind of
moving on to a
stats?
different topic. That's what we just
Okay,
said.
you go tell me what to move on to, Star.
No. All right, sorry. What was your question?
So it's like when there's like a difficulty stat per se, right? Or like a
difficulty mode, sure.
Yeah, those things don't shift, do they?
They do. So like in Diablo
Yeah.
2, if you went from, first off, in Diablo 2 there was normal, hard, and then hellish. Those were the 3 difficulties, right? In normal, it was the rarities that I just told you, like the rates that I just told you. In hard, it was about 1 in 3 items were rare, and 1 in 10 were 1 in 3 were magic, 1 in 10 were rare. You know, because you need better equipment. Okay, and it's a harder difficulty, and it's much harder. In Diablo, oh well, shit. I didn't realize that this guy was gonna do that. Hi, man. How's it going? Can I suck up your flower petals? I can. Hey, look at that. Diablo 3 has essentially the same thing where, you know, from minute 1 you can choose to play on a harder difficulty than normal. And if you do, it's like harder enemies and all that jazz, but the rarity for stuff decreases. Like stuff gets more common.
Okay.
As you could probably imagine in a very video gamey sort of way.
Yeah, so that stuff I guess didn't help. Or were you already on like a higher setting and stuff like that?
No, I was on normal.
Okay.
It's the only way that I can attribute it is that it really does feel like it. Can I flash these now and they'll open up? Hey, they weren't opening up before, but now they are. Like let me give you another example. I was playing a bear druid, right? As I told you before. Do you remember what I told you the benefit of being a bear druid was?
I know the non-benefit
was slow movement speed. That's true.
Was it like you had high attack or something?
High attack, high defense, and high HP. The idea is that when you turn into a bear, you become a motherfucking tank, and it's awesome, right? Look at all these fucking awesome flowers, man. They look so good.
Yeah, they're super pretty.
They look so good. All these sakura blossoms. Let's go. Anyway.
They look more hibiscus to me, but sure.
Do they look like hibiscus?
Aren't the flowers on like top of the mirror more hibiscus?
Are they?
I don't know.
Well, look it up real quick. I'd love to be wrong in this circumstance.
Okay.
So I was playing. So as I says, I was playing a bear druid. I got to the end of Diablo 2, and while in bear form, how much do you want to guess? Like what HP? What like final number would you think that I had as a bear druid at the end of Diablo 2. Keeping in mind that the benefit of being a bear druid was like really high health total.
Would it be like times 50? Like times 100 by the end? Of like your base
Well, actually,
stat?
you're pretty close. So the idea was that at the point where I was at the end of the game, when I transformed into a bear, I would multiply. Hey, look at that! They do look like hibiscus, and they were even like 5 petals. That's very astute of you, Saba.
Flowers.
Flowers. When I transformed into a bear, it would multiply my health by 5. Right.
Yes.
So at the end of Diablo 2. I had about 550 health. Actually, sorry, it was closer to 600, but around there. You get the idea.
Yes, the idea has been gotten.
When I was a level 3 Crusader in Diablo 3, when I was a level 3 Crusader in Diablo 3, my health was 850.
Woo! Look at that. That is quite a lot.
I'm saying this in an effort to hopefully bring forth the idea that in Diablo 3 they really cared about big numbers, big flashy numbers, and I'm not a particular fan of that, I guess. It makes me sad.
Unflashy numbers, but as long as they're pretty, he may find them acceptable.
Okay. Now we are moving on. Oh, one Mr. Kevin sent me a message. Give me 1 second to look at this message.
One Mr. Kevin message received.
Give me 1 second.
1 second has been given. Council has discussed and they are willing to award you 1 second. The council believes you are abusing your 1 second. Your 1 second has passed already. Oh, good.
Well, that's really impressive. Apparently, Kevin, the guy that I worked a couple of times with on different game jam projects.
Yes, I do know Kevin.
I was saying that for posterity, but thank you.
Oh, okay.
He apparently has been working on Project Cerberus on his own for a while, and he just wanted to message me to let me know that he added frickin' multiplayer. He figured out how to get multiplayer working, and now it's good. And I'm like, what? It's crazy.
Man, he's gone pretty far.
Okay, Saba, what do you want to talk about? How about that?
What do you mean? I'm happy talking about what you're talking about. That's pretty impressive. Kevin done like a lot of work by himself. Like, it's interesting. I feel like, why doesn't Kevin just make like 100% like a game by himself fully? Like, does he? He's
not an artist.
Okay, so he knows about those limited. Okay, I think
he's not an artist. He's not a music guy. I don't know if he says this to me in an effort to just be nice, but he says to me that he's not very good at like organizing people.
Well, I mean, if you're only by yourself, you don't need to organize someone, you know?
I mean, yes, but if he's not a good artist and he's not a good music guy, then theoretically he would need to work with somebody.
True. If he wants those things to be A+.
Did Lawrence say he wasn't going to be on stream today?
No, he's usually... I mean, it's past an hour, so I don't know. Maybe he'll just be late. Because I did talk with him. And he did say he would see me later, so...
Alright, well. There you go. Let's smash some shit, dude.
don't know, that's real forward of you. Okay, smashing all this stuff. What would the contractor say?
He wouldn't say nothing. He's a ghost. Like that's a archetype that's not in this game that could easily have been construction worker.
Maybe, but that like this is supposed to be a fully realized hotel.
Well, I mean, I guess that's kind of what I'm getting at is that like like I am not disappointed in what they ended up doing with this game. Super not disappointed. I love Luigi's Mansion 3. But I almost wish that they would have went with a different theme if they were immediately going to be doing something silly. You know? Maybe that's just me.
Do you mean...
Like, I wish it was like a haunted amusement park instead.
Like, bigger scale, maybe? I mean, I don't know if they
definitely not bigger scale. It's just like, this is theoretic. Like, because Luigi's Mansion 1 and 2, it was a haunted mansion. So a lot of the, like, different themes and architecture that they brought in made sense for the most part. But in this, it is supposed to be, well, it's kind of a hotel, I guess. But it's it's a scare scraper, but still.
But what I'm saying, it isn't, like, an amusement park inherently bigger?
No, because this like you would just have you would have the same thing. It just wouldn't be vertical. It would just be spread out more. Because this game is very vertical. Like we obviously we can agree on that. Or at least it's theoretically vertical, I guess. Ooh, what the fuck?
There's a suction cup on his head.
Yeah, I didn't know I could do that. I liked using the mirror to find this guy. That was cool. Come at me, bitch. What are you gonna do? Where the hell is he?
Oh. Had to go grab my phone charger.
There we go.
What's your aesthetic of, like, room, I guess, if you had to, like, choose one? No, easy. Flashing did not work.
Oh, that was annoying.
Still to this day, I think one of my most favorite things to do if you were to go outside casually that's a bit sportsy is frisbee. Frisbee is pretty fun.
Sure, I can agree with that. Did you ask your question about what's more aesthetically room?
No, I asked what would you like in like a room aesthetic wise?
Oh, just as like an open question?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a enormously open question. It's difficult to answer, in fact.
I don't know, modern or like, is there like a specific style?
How do I explain this? It's actually, oh, fucking Jesus Christ. It impaled Luigi and carried him down the stairs. I think that the only aesthetic that I don't have any affection for nowadays is minimal.
Interesting, because
Oh, sorry.
It's the opposite of minimalism. Is it maximalism?
Well, I mean, AKA clutter, I guess. But
no, yeah, but that's also come into like style, I think, along with like Art Deco stuff.
Well, Art Deco is just beautiful in general, but like, because like minimalism is like a really weird sort. Like, there are certain things that I want to be minimal, and then certain things that I don't. Like, I want my computer desktop to be minimal. I want my cell phone screen to be minimal. You know what I mean? Because those are things where I need clarity, and I don't necessarily need a bunch of like frills and stuff to, you know, like those things are purely for function. Whereas I don't think I necessarily want a minimalist. Excuse me. I don't think I necessarily want a minimalist like bedroom or something like that, because that's like, I don't know, that's my living space. I want it to be full. I want it to be full of things that I enjoy or aesthetics that I enjoy.
You want it to feel like it's been lived in.
Yeah, I guess that's a good way of saying it. Buzzsaw.
Okay, now
Activate
go commit
buzzsaw.
violence.
This buzzsaw is super weird because I don't think they ever bring it back.
I mean, it may only be within this area.
I think it's
That makes
literally
sense.
in this room. Maybe they bring it back once later, but it's like literally just here. You're tearing up this like apart. Like, look at this. That's such like a fun. It's such a fun thing, though. Why do you ask about room aesthetics?
I mean, we were just talking about architecture a little while ago, so
Oh, that's
felt
true.
like it still made sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Lawrence is
I
here
did-
now.
There he
What up,
is.
fellas? Sorry, I am extra late. I had to get some food.
Okay.
Food is an acceptable answer.
I will be docking it from your pay, but that's totally fine.
Oh, let me think of a better excuse then.
Excuse.
See, Lawrence knows what game he needs to play in order to get it.
It's now that you mention like room aesthetics or whatever, I did have like a cathartic moment with my my sister the other day. Not that me and my sister aren't close or anything like that, but you know, she's like 20 years older than me, so she's very clearly in a different age demographic. But one of the things that me and her can constantly talk about and agree on is the different like isms that my mom has and stuff. And one of the things that we were talking about the other day that gets on both of our nerves is my mom's incessant need to have she wants the house at all times to look like a show house. You know what I mean? Like one of those houses that they use on TV to, or like one of those houses that they use to showcase like a new housing development being built in an area.
Yeah.
So what that means is like you can't have any shoes or any coats out in the open ever. Everything has to go into a drawer or into a closet. And it's like, okay, I mean, I guess that's fine. No toasters. You can't have a toaster. You can't have a toaster. You can't have a blender. Those have to go away into a cabinet. If the toaster is out, she will get upset. Like, okay, that one's interesting, I suppose. She used to get a lot more bent out of shape about this. She's gotten better about it now, but she was one of those types of people where if there were any dishes, you had to do them immediately. Because like even if they were in the sink, she would still like feel like she knew that they were there. And so she was like, yeah, you can't do that. And that one was like, eventually as time went on, it was like, listen, we're wasting a lot of water cleaning singular dishes every day. But trying to think of what else. No magnets on the fridge.
That's depressing.
That's sad.
What the fuck?
That ghost found out that he put magnets on the fridge.
They pulled Dead Space on us. Except we're not really moving.
Luigi, come on!
Oh no, I'm slowly losing health.
That's fucking terrifying, though. Imagine if Luigi didn't have Gooigi in this circumstance.
That's a slow death there.
Ugh. Yeah. I think that might be one of the reasons why
Watermelon.
recently... Dude, these are fucking enormous melons, dude. It's like going to Venice Beach. It's one of those things where I think that's one of the reasons why I have lost interest in like a physical minimalist aesthetic, because it's like now I want shit. Like if I when/if I get an apartment, I'm going to fill that motherfucker with as many pictures and like decorations as I possibly can.
So Zach is aiming to become a hoarder.
Well, not necessarily a hoarder, but it's just like, I don't know. Things can have sentimental value, and if they do, they deserve to be, you know, put up on the fridge, I guess.
With magnets? How dare you?
How dare I?
No, he's gonna glue it. There you go. You can't complain now.
Boom.
That's ridiculous, but valid. Found a loophole.
Yeah.
No magnets.
That's how you.
only
That's the
glue.
traditional way of getting something to stick to something else.
Yeah. The other way is duct tape.
Duct tape, bubble gum if you're desperate.
No, we'll go if you're desperate. That's if you're desperate and sad.
Hey, Lawrence, I have a question. When you and I were living together as roommates,
Are you
did we
sad,
ever
Lawrence?
play Diablo 3 together?
Nope.
We didn't? Okay. I was just asking because I remembered playing Diablo 3. Well, I think it was Diablo 3. I could have swore it was with Grant, but then I asked him about it the other day because I just finished Diablo 2, and so I'm going back and doing Diablo 3, and I go and I could have swore I played like a majority of Diablo 3 with Grant, but he says he's never touched it before, and I was like, okay, I guess. Then who the fuck am I thinking of then?
Well, it certainly wasn't me.
Yeah.
Although
I didn't think that it would have been you. It was more just, I don't know, just asking for posterity, I suppose.
But funny you say that. I do remember playing Diablo 3 when we were rooming together, but it's certainly not with you. I was playing with another friend
There you go.
around the same time, so I don't know.
I'm not gonna do it because Saba was already indicating that she didn't want to talk about it, but fuck. I have been going back through because I got Diablo 2 resurrected like last week or whatever, and then I finished all of Diablo 2 in a week. It was a lot of fun, and now I'm going back through Diablo 3 because I want to like. I'm not gonna like do a video or whatever. I'm just doing it for my own sake. But I want to like compare and contrast Diablo 2 and Diablo 3 because I still think that Diablo 2 is a better game. But man, there's stuff in Diablo 3 that I really wish was in Diablo 2. Like one of the things, first and foremost, is that the abilities in Diablo 3 actually do things. Because in Diablo 2, most character abilities essentially translate to do your normal basic attack, but kind of weird this time.
Yeah, be weird about it.
Sideways, and then have 3 spins, and then you'll do this jagged slice.
Well, I mean, you're actually pretty close. But like Saba, I told you that I played as a bear druid, right, for Diablo 2. One of the abilities of the bear druid is Maul, which is, you know, a pretty late game ability. You would assume that it'd be pretty interesting. Nah. What it does is that when you activate it, or each time you activate it, you launch a normal basic attack that costs 4 mana, and when you hit, you gain a little bit of attack speed and a % chance to stun. And then if you keep hitting them with Maul, it deals like percentile increased damage each time you hit them in a row. And it's like, okay, that's cool. I like that ability. I'm still just auto-attacking them, though.
I'm about to say, you're still pressing the same button.
I'm holding down the button this time, but like it's the same. Whereas like I'm playing as the Crusader in Diablo 3, and man, I forgot how fucking satisfying it is to shield bash. Because the shield bash is like a homing target dash that you can do. So if there's like a stronger enemy that's hidden behind like a wave of weaker enemies, you can just fucking right click on that motherfucker and just boom and just fucking whoop their ass, and it's like yes. Yeah. It's really cathartic at the moment, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
You can jump on the mushroom when you go on the bed.
What was the first game that decided that mushrooms were bouncy?
Yippee.
That would be
I
Mario,
don't
yeah.
know.
No, you're stuck in Goombas.
Mario do it?
I'm about to say, in the first Mario games, you didn't bounce on the mushrooms. Believe it or not.
Well, maybe, but just because maybe the first time wasn't like that doesn't mean that potentially they still weren't the first ones to make the mushrooms bouncy later.
Well, I mean, sure, but I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to think of like the first Mario game where the mushrooms were bouncy, and the only thing I can think of is like New Super Mario Brothers, the one for the DS. But maybe they did it earlier than that. I'm not quite sure. Like, was it in? Because it wasn't in Mario 2. I never actually like played Mario 3, so it might have been in Mario 3 for all I know.
I just can't think of any other games.
Bouncy mushroom.
Like that would be an interesting video to watch, just like a video essay on the history of bouncy mushrooms in media. Who in their right mind decided that mushrooms were bouncy? Because they're not. Nope. Goodbye, Gooigi.
They are kind of rubbery, though.
Sure, but this... I mean... It's not...
And rubbery things are bouncy.
Wah-ha! Oh, I have to hold the direction, my bad.
Let's see. There's one for New Super Mario Bros.
Got it.
There's Pikmin 3, but that's of course a lot more recent.
Yes. Yeah.
Spring Spores TV trope. Alright.
Oh, a TV tropes page. That's good.
Sonic.
Sonic did have... Yeah, that makes sense. I'm gonna suck up this guy's entire collection of flowers, because fuck him.
Super Mario Sunshine. I don't remember which one's first.
Mario Sunshine was the one after 64. It came out on the GameCube.
Oh, well. It's not giving me the years or the time when
On the TV tropes page.
Games. Yeah. So it's just telling me which ones
have them.
Yeah. Legend of Zelda Minish Cap. I think that's later though.
That would be... What the fuck? Did that thing just poison me?
Toxic?
Donkey Kong. That makes sense. Donkey Kong 64 also. Donkey Kong
Conky
Country
Dong.
Returns.
Conky Dong.
Hat in Time. There you go. There's your answer. First
Hat in
one.
Time made it first.
Sly
It's
2,
just interesting because
Spyro.
it's such a like it's such like an unspoken rule of video games, I guess, at the moment, of just like to the point where like if I see a mushroom level in a video game and it doesn't have bouncy shit, I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, put that on the list along with Our Dog's Petable and Is the Treasure Behind the Waterfall.
Our dog are all creatures petable. I think you need to raise your standard a little bit, Lawrence, okay? Every animal needs to be able to be pet.
Fair.
I don't know about that. There's a lot of
Just
animals.
because you hold no
There's a lot
affection.
of animals that you should really probably not pet, like a bear.
But maybe.
Are you sure? Have you tried?
Got him. Let's go.
It's like that one silly little comic that I saw of someone playing D&D. You see a wolf, pet it and make it a friend. You see a tiger, pet it and make it a friend. You see Baphomet, the king of beasts,
Pet
give
it
it a
and
pet.
make a friend.
make a friend.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Of course, you always ask first, right? You're like, "Can I pet you?" And then they look at you,
And then
that's
Baphomet, and then the
instant
Baphomet
consent.
goes.
Sure.
Exactly.
Oh my.
Don't knock it until you
I
try it.
especially like the scratches under my chin.
Need to suck. Give me the good suck. Thank you.
He likes the good suck.
Who doesn't like a good suck?
Oh fucking no.
You should have died, Luigi. You should have died in this mansion. Oh.
Fuck you, birds. Bird ass birds. Speaking of birds, I was saying this to Grant, but I almost didn't finish the expansion, Lord of Destruction expansion for Diablo 2, because the expansion was specifically designed to take a lot of time, right? Because that was the type of thing that was valuable during that day and age, was just having something that took a long time to do was considered valuable. And so I almost just straight up didn't finish it because I was like, man, fuck this. And then they update. Why can't I not pick up this dollar? There we go.
Oh.
That $1 turned into $1,000.
His 1 millionth dollar.
My millionth dollar.
$1 million.
But at the 11th hour, right before I quit Diablo 2 entirely, they updated the game, so I was allowed to walk around with all of my animal pets at the same time. Not just one at a time, because as a druid, you can summon wolves, dire wolves, and a pet bear. And so your options were either one. What do I suck on? Do I suck on this? Do I blow on this? There's
flash it?
Shouldn't there be a thing like right here? Yeah, there you go. So you could either choose to wander around with 5 wolves, 3 dire wolves, or 1 bear. But then they updated the game and you could walk around with all of them, and suddenly I was fucking mincing people like a blender, and it was like, yes. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
It's like a fake. It's like a fake wall. That's pretty neat.
Got it.
The fuck was I talking about?
That is a good question.
Now I'm just thinking about like all the fun times I had with my bear friend. Because I was a werebear, and then I summoned a pet bear, but he was like twice as big as me, and it was really funny.
Oh boy. I don't know. You started the topic with speaking of birds, so I figured.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
So the thing that I was gonna say was that I need to do this. The thing that I was gonna say was that the final boss of the original version of Diablo 2 was, surprise, surprise, Diablo. And it's a really difficult boss fight, right? He has a lot of like really strong AoE abilities. He's crazy high health, crazy high damage. It's a really tough boss fight in general. But one of the things that it has in addition to that is it's Gooigi, no!
No.
The Diablo boss fight specifically has he has this big AoE like fire stomp that he does that instantly kills all of your summons.
Damn.
So no matter what I had in that moment, it was not enough, and they would just instantly die. So I was telling this to Grant, because Grant was like, I was like chit-chatting with Grant as I was trying to beat Diablo. I was already, I don't even know, how far was I into the boss fight? I want to say I was like 30 minutes into a boss fight that eventually took me 2 hours. Because what I ended up doing was that, like, well, all of my power was put into summoning animals, and this boss fight was literally preventing me from using any of my summons. So what can I do? Turns out that the very first summon you unlock in the summoning tree, what the fuck? The very first summon you unlock at the beginning of the summoning tree is a singular raven that deals 3 damage 12 times, and then you have to resummon it. I killed Diablo with 20,000 health by running around in circles and resummoning the same motherfucking raven for 2.5 hours. It was...
What the fuck,
It was
man.
awful.
You beat fuck with a bird.
I beat it with a single bird every the entire time. It drove me up a goddamn wall, but
Holy
it's
shit.
a great story, I guess.
Wow. Incredible.
and that's why I brought up that's why I was like, speaking of birds.
Yeah. All right, you're right. Ravens are insane. Understood.
Oh shit.
Ravens are pretty cool.
That's real funny though. Imagine being fucking Diablo.
And it's
You
like,
get
what the
bested by a
fuck? I'm
bird.
dying to this stupid bird.
He keeps resummoning it.
And it was, and as I was telling, fucking damn it, dude. As I was telling Saba, the one of the main benefits of bear form is the fact that you get like this huge buff to your health. So my health was so high for the Diablo boss fight that he literally like unless I was being really stupid, he couldn't kill me. Oh, there you go. Now I gotta cut him. There we go. There we go.
Now you gotta.
Yeah.
You're
cut off
killing
his
the
head.
pet dog. The pet plant dog.
Pet plant dog. Oh, and then I gotta. Whoop. There we go.
Man,
So anyway, unless I was just like not paying attention in the slightest, he wouldn't kill me in like a single round of his attacks. So it was just like I was frustrated because it was taking so long, but I could only imagine how it would have felt to have been Diablo in that moment, because it's like, dude, what the fuck? I am the Lord of Terror and I'm being killed by a fucking raven. because the raven is immune to my Fire Stomp AoE attack.
You just gotta get good.
That's what I told Diablo, Lord of Terror.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? I just remembered. I didn't lie, but I did misremember one thing. I did use a second summon. I used a poison vine, like it was like a summon that was like a vine that dug underground, and it would, when it struck Diablo, it would deal 20 points of poison over 6 seconds.
Oh, that's a good amount of damage. An okay amount of
Against
damage.
Diablo's 20,000 health? Sure.
That's an okay amount of. Listen, you gotta take what you can get.
It should be noted that this was the end of the game, and both of these abilities were level 1. So
You gotta do what you gotta do.
what an asshole guy that guy was. Look at that. He threw the button up there.
Yeah,
Why would he do that?
and make it just a fraction of a bit harder for you.
Because we crave violence. It's in our
Violence is,
nature.
violence is the key. So are ravens.
I'm glad you understand.
It almost
Lauren.
makes me wish that I could like go back in time and just tell my past self, like, dude, just fucking focus ravens. Just get to level. Just get your raven skill to 20 so you can summon 10 ravens at a time.
Yeah, 10 times faster.
Well, because I want to say at level 20, the ravens no longer deal 2 damage 12 times. I believe they deal 80 damage 15 times or something.
Oh, okay.
And so it's like, all right, that's like better-ish, I guess.
Wow.
Just turn a bunch of ravens into like a makeshift chainsaw.
Yeah. They can form into different shapes.
Ravens are pretty smart.
There we go. All right, let's see if he's in the cutscene. Oh, he's not.
Name.
But look, the rat's there, so it is in engine. It's not pre-rendered. It's so weird.
Ah, it was an 8. That was the fanciest 8 I've ever seen.
It's Art Deco. Oh, that's probably why Saba brought up Art Deco earlier. Hey, where are you? What the fuck? Where were you in my dreams, Gooigi?
I don't like cameras.
I don't like cameras. Gooigi, you're my friend. How are you? Ah! We're at the movie studio.
All right.
Cool. I love all the. Actually, I think it would be great if there was a Luigi's not mansion that's an amusement park, haunted amusement park. Be fantastic.
I would agree. I remember, like, you know, a long while ago when Grant and I first played this game co-op together. I was saying to him that I was really hoping that Luigi's Mansion 3 would have been a museum.
Night
Oh,
at
I
the
mean,
Museum
yeah.
returns.
Well, because, like,
By
could you
what-
imagine if all the different exhibits, like, each exhibit was, like, a different... What the fuck is this pole doing?
He's excited.
Yeah! Yes!
Like, nobody blew me.
Luigi!
No, nobody blew me in several years.
Lawrence, please.
Yeah,
Be mature.
you
Come
heard
on.
me.
No, this game is made for that joke.
Suck me off or blow me. Sure. If you say so.
Flash me as well.
Flash me.
Yeah.
And this one's really cool because these posters are the games made by this studio previously. This is Punch Out Wii. They have two
Yo,
different
what?
Mario Strikers games, which are the soccer Mario games, and then Luigi's Mansion 1 and 2.
Nice.
I forgot that these people made Punch Out Wii, because Punch Out Wii was really good.
Ooh, we have a weapon now.
Oh, it just turned into money.
Oh,
Man, I wish
Oh, there you go.
I wish Oscars could burst into gold bars. That'd be great.
yeah.
Do that. Thank you. Give me that.
I would like the money, please.
Show me the money, please. Nope.
I don't like this. Oh, it's like a shower of
Ooh.
cash.
Oh, who the fuck left coins in there? That's what I want to know.
Oh, hey. Film reel.
It looks like a face now.
Oh, he's like a little
Oh.
mustache.
Yeah. Oh, I was thinking that's like a big nose.
Oh, sure. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. It kind of looks like Professor Egad, actually.
Yeah, even with the swirly eyes.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, you know who can get through that fucking metal fence? Gooigi time.
Luigi.
Gooigi.
Gooigi time.
His aha is really creepy.
What are you talking about?
Oh, it's so garbled and
What do you mean?
I think you may
Not
just
of
be
this
wrong.
world.
You know?
I agree. I think he's just wrong.
Maybe I'm wrong.
All right, time for Studio 8.
Or
Let's
maybe
go.
it's Maybelline.
That's a happy helicopter. Oop. Oh, you gotta go through.
See, now this is the one I was talking about when Jesse was here, and he was like, and he was saying how it was kind of weird how they so quickly moved away from anything that was associated with ghosts. This is the one I was talking about, where it's like, this one's like Poltergeist. Because it's ghosts in, like, the TV and stuff. And I thought that was
the
kind of neat.
TV.
A ghostly TV.
A TV-ly ghost. That's just a ghost that likes watching TV.
Oh yeah, Airman.
There's that spotlight.
So you
Coming
know what
to
I
life.
binge watched last night instead of going to bed when I should have?
What, sir?
Moon Knight.
Oh.
Moon Knight's out already?
It is. 3 episodes
the-
are.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, it's probably a couple of episodes.
Yeah, 3 episodes are out, and it is pretty. It's like pretty okay.
That's pretty okay.
As
He's
far
pretty
as
good.
as far as I know. Now, obviously, I'm not gonna be a poser and say that I was like a huge Moon Knight fan before this, because I don't think anybody was. I think everybody just knew him from like that one meme. But I will say that I do believe that they have like redesigned his character, and I don't know if it's necessarily because like Moon Knight is like a kind of weird character from like a modern sense, because he was one of those superheroes. He was just one of those fictional characters in general who, like, the whole idea behind Moon Knight was that he had superpowers because he was a crazy person and he believed he had superpowers. Like, he didn't actually have any special powers. He just thought he did, and that was enough, I guess. And you know, in modern day, when people are a little bit more conscious about that sort of thing, they wanted to change it so it was a little bit less, I don't know, weird, I guess. So he's still like a schizophrenic, but now he has like actual powers that he gets from the fucking Egyptian gods.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm like,
right.
okay,
Gods
that's
are
like,
pretty cool.
and I'm like, that's a pretty cool thing in general to do. Like, I'm not exactly opposed to this, but it does still bring up the same motherfucking question that I got from the Eternals when I saw that with my dad. Where the fuck were these motherfuckers when Thanos was gonna kill everybody?
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Now the Eternals are one thing, but is Moon Knight in the same universe as like?
Yes, of course. It's all MCU.
Well, no, of course MCU, right? But you could just make it where, you know, I don't know, Moon Knight.
Oh, that's creepy.
Isn't that fucking weird? The ghost just
That's
wandering
very
up from the
unnerving.
tape.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still the same MCU. It's not like part of a multiverse or anything like that, just quite yet.
Are the Egyptian gods like active, or were they just kind of like hanging
So
around?
the idea that the show has put forth so far is that the Egyptian gods used to have dominion over the planet Earth. But then as like the faith and belief in the Egyptian gods faded away with the Egyptian Empire, the Egyptian gods decided, because either they could try to move to a different planet, or they could just kind of be more passive and just exist as like a natural force in the environment. And they decided to do that. Apparently the Norse gods and a couple of other like pantheons of gods, like the Greek gods, did the same thing.
Okay.
Which kind of implies that like Jehovah and Jesus are real.
I'm about to say, if that's happening, then
Yeah, when you
God's
go to
out there
Mythos.
somewhere.
Oh, this is the Lawrence. You said you never saw this before, right?
Yeah.
This guy's kind of
I have
neat
not.
because he, like, obviously this is like the boss that you end up fighting at the end, but you don't actually necessarily have to fight him per se. This guy he doesn't want to defeat you. He just wants to make a really good movie. So
Oh, yeah, you guys did mention that.
yeah, and
last
so
time.
if you help him make the best movie possible, he'll just give you the button and then you can just leave.
Yo.
Let's
what
do
a
it.
lad.
Let's show Lawrence how to make a good movie.
My big red megaphone, where art thou? He's so sad. All right, well, let's go help this nerd.
Luigi's face is like concerned.
Luigi's face is
Yeah,
like,
he
come
should
on,
be.
man.
That's actually just like, yo.
What's up?
Here.
What's up, dude?
Give me pets.
Give me pet.
Can we pet?
What's wrong? You don't pet gorillas? Or Sasquatches? Or whatever you want?
It's like
Yeti?
it's like that Pokemon meme that I love so much, where it's like, child sleeping with their Pikachu, adorable and lovable. Child sleeping with their Machoke, creepy and weird.
Oh god.
It's right though.
Yeah, I suppose. The more a Pokemon looks more like a stuffed animal, I guess it's fine.
I know we talked about it before, but since Markiplier did, oh hey look, that's where it's one of those masks. Since Markiplier did the Smasher Pass, a bunch of like YouTube personalities are getting into it,
So good.
and so it was.
That was art.
I'm not gonna like
fun.
Markiplier's in particular was really well
Markiplier's.
done because it was so like soft spoken, whereas like the Game Grumps version I couldn't even finish it because it was just like him and Danny just fucking yammering about Pokemon for like an hour. Like Aaron had to constantly explain why this Pokemon is sexy or not, and I know that's like part of their thing is banter, but Markiplier's was so simplistic, and I was like,
It's just the point. He's just like, no explanations. I don't need to give him. That's it. You got the answers from me.
Just faces of just like smash or pass. Smash.
And then I think he made fun of Probopass.
Well, he said smash. He said smash to Probopass after making fun of him, which I thought was hilarious. But it's kind of nuts to think about like that video in general, just in terms of like what it did to YouTube for a while, because like not only did like a bunch of people start copying and being like, oh, let me do Pokemon Smash or Pass, but also like one of MatPat's most popular videos in the past like 3 years was, hey gamers, we made Markiplier's perfect Pokemon to fuck. And then it was like a 20-minute long video of explaining the different like physical attributes of this fake Pokemon and why Markiplier would like it so much. And it's just one of those things where it's like, man, Markiplier just did like a single video and all of this stuff just sprang forth from like the ether.
Yeah, his power is his power is beyond any of us.
It's interesting how simplistic, right, the idea is too, you know?
Would you fuck this Pokemon, yes or no?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Specifically, aptly named Smash or Pass, but yes.
But would you fuck them? But the reason I brought it up was that I haven't really watched Northern Lion in a while, and it's actually done wonders for my very short-term mental health. It's done very well to not have to listen to this guy be incendiary on stream all day. But there was a Twitch clip that I watched where someone in chat was like, "Hey, are you gonna do Pokemon Smash or Pass?" And Northern Lion was like, "First off, I'm an adult, so no. And second off, I'm just going to talk about it right now." And so he pauses the game. It just gives like a diatribe. And his overall thing was that he would never fuck any Pokemon, but he was baffled because obviously he watched the Markiplier video. And Northern Lion was like, I am baffled at how many Pokemon are sexy, like purposefully designed to be attractive physically. And he just starts going on this rant about like, this is a game for children. Why does Lopunny look like that? Why does Salazzle look like that? Why does Machamp look like that?
As a kid, I was like, go Lopunny. She cool.
She is cool. And that's the thing, is that like I actually kind of like Lopunny's Mega Evolution more than her normal one, because they really cranked up the kickboxer angle by like a lot. And it makes it a lot less ambiguous, I guess. Cool.
Well, the thing is, I think as like a small kid, like quote unquote sexually, just translates to being really pretty.
Sure, I could see that.
Because it's like you would say like, oh, well, I don't know. You know, there's a certain point where it's like a bit like too much. Like I think if you were to put like Jessica Rabbit, like I think I still could be like, oh, she's pretty. I'd be like, but that's an extreme.
Like before you understand what sexy is, I could see like a child being like, wow, Jessica Rabbit's really pretty.
Yeah.
Hello?
Was that it?
Hello, sir.
Spooky.
Oh, I was very unnerved.
What, do you think something bad was gonna happen?
I was waiting.
What do you mean? What could possibly happen, Lawrence?
Yeah,
oh, you know what? I remember what it is.
Oh, is it? Are you gonna? Oh.
I think this is how this works. Oh, it might actually be the other way around. It might be Gooigi out here, and then Luigi over here. Yeah,
you see Gooigi on the.
Oh, okay. Never mind. That's the more okay. Stop with the camera.
We're zooming in. Are you ready, Lawrence?
Oh my. Okay.
What a horrifying rubber ducky.
Oh, I think that's the scary part. It's not even there.
Did you have to grab that,
but the
Zach?
stuff came out. Grab what? She didn't have anything.
the rubber ducky.
Why do I need a rubber duck?
Rubber ducky.
I don't know.
I like how he's already looking at where she's gonna be.
Yeah. They're also wearing sunglasses.
Do I not give her? I thought I give her the
haircuts.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say a bucket.
Hoo-hoo. Hoo-hoo. Sunglasses.
How you doing, dude?
All right, well, because we're here now, so I want to do. Because I think it's the bucket. I'm just trying to remember from when
I think
Grant
you
and I
need the
played this.
bucket to go here, maybe to get water.
Yeah, because I think I dropped the bucket, because this bucket you can't destroy. So I think I dropped the bucket into the well, and then when she comes out, she has a bucket full of water.
Bucket full of sunshine.
A bucket full of sunshine. There we
So
go.
Zach, when are we doing Smash or Pass Pokemon?
I mean, we could.
We gotta join in on the trend.
What if we did it on Sunday after Saba finishes Yoku's Island?
Are we moving to Forbidden City?
We are going to be doing Forbidden City, yeah.
Yeah.
But I would love to do Pokemon Smash or Pass, but I don't know. We're kind of tight on time, and also I would want to do it with everybody here, I guess.
Yeah. We need to argue. We need to fight.
Well, because that was the thing that I was thinking of. Yeah, see, she gives us the bucket. That was the thing I was thinking of, and I said it before, but oh, thank God that bucket defies physics.
Yeah.
Or else I would have been really upset.
That's a very light bucket.
Ta-da! And he has this somehow.
Yeah.
Hi.
Certainly defies physics.
I don't remember what to use this on. What if I dump it here?
Yeah, dump it on the director's work.
Dump it on Luigi.
The original films.
Well, we could take it back through here. So we can do that.
Ooh.
How would we do 5-person Smash or Pass? Because I would love to do like an entire gen of Pokemon, like independently. Like everybody's just like, I would obviously be on stream doing it, but then everybody does each gen on their own, Smash or Pass, and then at the end of the gen we go over everybody's results and be like, what the fuck? You would smash Macargo? Are you kidding me?
Hey, dude, he hot.
I would smash
Lawrence
every
gets
fire
it.
type because they're all hot.
Unless you're more into those cold types, then you go ahead and get those ice types.
No, they're cool.
They're funny man, this Lawrence.
I mean, you guys aren't going for it, so I should.
Low hanging fruit.
Indeed.
But a fruit, if you want
But a
low-hanging
fruit nonetheless,
go get
so-
those,
But they
grass
fruit nonetheless.
types.
Oh,
fuck,
Lawrence.
that's either in the
Lawrence, I
foreground.
wanted to. Hey, actually, you know what? I just remembered something. Isn't one of the first bosses in Diablo 3 a giant fuck you spider queen?
I don't know.
You played
it. I never said I finished it. Never even said I even made it to the mid game.
But that
I was just fucking around with my buddy.
that's like I think it's like the second boss of Act 1.
I don't know. Doesn't ring a bell.
I highly doubt that you didn't make it that far. If you played the game, you must have made it at least that far. Anywho,
Not ringing a bells.
because I was saying to Grant, like, it'd be really nice if eventually I could do just like, you know, a fun playthrough of Diablo 2 just to showcase it on stream. But I forgot that there's an entire section of the third act where you have to go into these spider caverns because the queen of spiders has stolen this like dead guy's corpse and shredded it into a million pieces. So you have to go collect all the pieces, and it's just like the entire level is just the most like horrifying, evil-looking spiders. And I was just like, man, I really want to send a screenshot to Lauren.
Oh God, please.
I obviously didn't, but it would be funny though.
It sounds horrific.
Oh, it was great.
Or was it now? Sounds like a total nightmare.
Oh, look at that.
Be
Did it get you? Lawrence, are you alive?
He stopped breathing? No, he's muted.
Lawrence, are you still with us? Hello?
Oh no. You may have pushed it too far, Zach.
I thought I could like warm him up to the idea by
I don't think that's the way those things work, Zach.
Yeah, if I introduce the idea of being scared of spiders ahead of time. Also, where's this camera angle coming from?
Who questioned it? Poor Lawrence. I hope he's okay.
Okay.
Huh? What?
I don't know where Lawrence went. he just left. I don't think he said he was going to the bathroom or to get food or anything. He just left. Just outright.
I think he's having some heavy breathing right now. He's trying to calm himself down.
Anywho.
Whoop.
I'm really hoping that we do successfully finish Yoku's Island this Sunday. I was planning on finishing it last Sunday, and then you were like, "Well, I want to get all the mandrakes though," and I'm like, "Well, fuck."
We have to get the good ending.
I shouldn't have assumed that you wouldn't. It makes sense to want 100% the game, so I'm not exactly. I'm obviously not disappointed, but I am 100%. like, damn it. I didn't think about it. Ooh, fireman's. Smash it.
Oh, pass it.
Hello,
Lawrence, you're back?
Yes.
You didn't see the big spider, did you?
It was.
Lawrence.
Well, I guess not.
Lawrence didn't even like announce that he was leaving. He just like left, missed the big spider, but your timing was so accidentally perfect that it almost seemed like the spider scared you so much that you like had like a breakdown and had to mute your mic or something.
I mean, might as well.
We could show him the spider, right? Again?
Yeah,
No,
we can
you
do
may
it in a
not.
bit.
No!
No!
No! Don't do it. Don't do it.
Windows. There you go. I think you can still get the good ending of Luigi's Mansion 3 even without fighting the director. Because the ending that you get is purely determined by how much money you have at the end of the game. And I think we're like well on our way to being at a good spot, I think.
Man, how come now it feels like a lot of games have a good and bad ending?
Because it's satisfying, you know? It makes you
It's
feel,
like that extra
it
achievement.
rewards you for doing what you're supposed to or what the game designer wants you to do. Trying to think of the last game that I played that wasn't like Call of Duty that didn't have a good and a bad ending. I guess technically Night in the Woods doesn't have a good and a bad ending because you can really only get one ending. The ending.
I'm about to say if if it's what the developer wants you to do to be satisfying, then why not just
Hey, look, it's ET.
do it? Oh,
Amazing.
call my home. That's what he says, right?
Home, my home.
Call my home, and he
Call
gives you
my
the
home,
iPhone. Yeah, he gives you the
please.
iPhone 8.
I love ET. Just go, call home.
Yeah. Tell
Alexa.
back there.
Alexa, call home.
Alexa. Alexa doesn't work here. On our planet,
I'm
our
not
version
a
spelled as Greg.
I'm not a big fan of the Hollywood trend of just taking movies from like the 70s and 80s and remaking them, but it would actually be kind of interesting to see a reinterpretation of E.T. but in the modern day, like how different that would be. Because like one of the reasons why E.T. works as a movie was because it was from an era of time where kids could just leave the house for hours and hours and hours on end and the parents wouldn't question it.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
And boy, it's like, so it's just like, I'm just trying to think about it now. Like, could you imagine E.T. like crash landing his ship or something like that? And how many fucking cameras would catch it? How immediately E.T. would have gotten discovered and the kids would have been like arrested by the CIA
Yeah.
or something.
Social media will be on their case all the time.
Like, you know, that
Reddit's
shot.
gonna come in and be like, all right, we found the guy who's holding ET and bully the ever living.
Okay, Naruto runners go.
The I'm just thinking about it, and it's just like you could I can see it in my mind's eye of hello? Is it just money? Oh, I think this is for the boss fight. I still haven't done the TV, but I can just see it where it's just like ET like lands. How do they find ET that first time? I don't remember. I haven't seen ET in such a long time.
It's been years. I can't recall.
Anyway, but like at the very end of the movie when they're doing like that famous shot where they're on the bikes and ET starts like telepathically like making them fly, that would be all over the fucking internet like in a second. You know?
Yeah. you can't hide.
Oh my
shit
god,
no
could
more.
you imagine if it was like let's assume, well, I mean it's ET or it's like an ET revamp, so I guess they would definitely get the rights to use like TikTok and Twitter and stuff like that. But could you imagine like the kids having to make a plea on all social media platforms being like, hey, we're gonna return ET home tonight, please don't take videos of us or else the CIA will find them.
Oh no.
You know one of the things, because one of the things that happens in ET, if you recall, is the CIA does like try to disinfect the home, right? They set up like all of these tents and whatnot. I can only imagine it nowadays. Because where did that take place? That was supposed to be like Oklahoma or something like that, I want to say. And I'm just thinking about it, and it's just like, oh.
Ooh. Dramatic angles.
Cool shot.
Okay.
It's a fun boss fight.
You're stopping them.
I am.
Heartless
We
monster.
need, believe it or not, we actually do need the fire in order to beat the level.
All right. Very well.
And by the way, it's just digital fire. You know that. I would never set fire
You
to
stepped away
somebody's
from the camera
residence.
for a second. The things were still on fire.
Ah! I mean, we do summon the fire into real life, so I guess you're kind of right.
Yeah. Look, even the fire truck is real mad.
Even the fire
They're
truck is
like,
really bad.
"Ah!"
Well, sorry. What? To finish my thought about ET real quick. In like the modern revamp, I wonder if the cops would just shoot ET like on site.
Oh yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like there
You
would
kidding me?
there'd be no like wonderment or like, oh, what's that? What's happening? It would just be shoot him
Yeah, it'll be. I don't know what this is. I'm gonna shoot it out of fear.
with an assault rifle.
with a legal assault rifle.
Are you sure they wouldn't try to trank him first?
No.
What cop carries a? I mean, maybe tase him. What cop carries around a tranquilizer?
I don't know. Maybe they think it's an animal first.
Would you really look at? Well, I mean, once again, I don't necessarily want to get all abcab or whatever, but like there are a lot of cops in the U.S. who show up to like somebody reporting like, hey, my neighbor's dog is barking a lot. Can you check it out? And they're like, okay, and then they just shoot the dog.
Oh my god.
So it's like I don't know if ET would necessarily survive better than that. Oh, hey, I'm on the other side of the fence.
Hey.
Look at that. There's something that I'm supposed to burn. I thought it was like a torch or something, but I need like a torch or something. Trying to remember the fucking mechanics of these levels while talking's really difficult. What if I just walk into the fire?
And the camera's rolling, so it's all like.
Oh,
He's got the pressure on him from like 3 different angles.
well, shit. Hey, he's back. Maybe this trunk? Nope. Okay. The camera zooms in.
There's a long segment where the building's on fire, but the main character is getting a little confused.
See, because Luigi has to be the one to view it, right?
Yeah. Okay, the flame.
You need something from
And he
another
says, "Suku,
room
suku."
to carry the flame. So maybe like back in the director's room, there's
There must
there's
be a torch somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere around here or something. Okay, I get it. There we go. Get up there, Luigi.
Yeah.
Hey, and it's a gym. Look at that.
Oh,
Look at that.
hi!
Fuck.
Oh, what's up, Joe? Okay.
Well, that's my bad.
At least you're taking
You need
responsibility,
platforming.
Zach.
I always take responsibility for my mistakes. It just doesn't happen often.
Uh-huh.
You know it. Yes, Lawrence, you laughing at something? Fuck!
Yeah, I'll laugh at that.
Listen, man, it's hard.
I get it. I'm telling you, 3D platforming very hard.
We get it,
Listen,
Zach.
man, you
Everyone
don't
makes
have
mistakes.
to keep roasting me like this, alright?
It's okay, Zach. We all sympathize with the, like, once again, making mistakes.
You
It's
simp?
okay.
Yes. The summer says.
Fucking damn it. I was saying this previously, but one of the things that's... Oh, I just realized there's an entire... What the fuck? There's an entire room that we haven't explored yet. I should probably check that
Yeah.
out first, huh? I was perusing a particularly good Tumblr that I like the other night, and one of the posts that they had like reblogged or whatever, it was really fascinating because it was not only was it like an interesting like little factoid, I guess, just in and of itself, but it was also a really interesting treatise on the type of thing that someone thinks is really important. Dude, this fucking metal thing is shaking like crazy. Am I gonna die?
Yeah, holy damn. That's a concern.
The director just dies.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, what I was gonna say was that the person who was making the post was doing one of those classic, hey, is that looking at us now? Was this looking at us before?
That's a good question.
I think it was like looking towards the room, but now it's looking at the camera.
Maybe you might be right about that.
Man, that's fucked.
Super
Yes, it's this. This is where you get the torch from. Right. Anyway. Sorry, long story short, the person was basically making this big Tumblr-style PSA telling people to stop using the phrase simp, because simp is a derogatory term against black people.
What the fuck?
And I was like, no, exactly. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know? And the person lays out this like whole long history of the word and yada yada. And apparently it's like initial like introduction into like the modern era was a phrase used by black people to, I guess, indicate if somebody was like effeminate or non-masculine, they were a simp. And it's like, okay, first off, not what it means anymore. Like very clearly,
very different.
It's very different than today. But it was just, it was mostly just a really interesting, like it was like an interesting factoid, I guess, assuming that the person wasn't lying. But it was more interesting as a like, this person, at least according to the text that I'm reading on screen, was really upset, like crazy upset that people were using the word simp.
I think this individual may need to like understand that
they need to
getting this angry over
grass.
Something. Yeah, getting this angry over something like this is not good for one's own health.
Well, that's the thing. That's like a lot of what Tumblr is. It's a lot of people just making like open face PSAs because they think that it's important, and a lot of the PSAs matter a lot, but or are good information rather. But I don't know. In this particular case, I just couldn't help but laugh because I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I don't necessarily disbelieve the quote unquote origins of the word. But
that's certainly not.
It's certainly not what it's for context anymore. Yeah. So I don't know what to tell you.
Context. I think that's something that people tend to forget. Context.
Says Sama.
I think
context matters. So there's also context matters. Context by itself, you know what? Some people may not care about, but it matters.
Context is when you sell a book that's like trying to teach people, or that you claim teaches people how to like live a better life, but it's just to steal their money. It's context.
Of course.
Anyway. Sorry.
I continue with a joke, but context is a very hard one to spin.
Context.
I need a little bit more context with that one.
Context is actually when you have this is fucking. Context is actually when you get a line of text, but you bend it so it's bowing outwards.
Oh, this joke.
Because it's convex. Oh, come on, that's pretty good.
Context, when
More
all
combat.
These arbitrary textures converge into one spot. Context.
Oh, and this is where we need the water from. We need to grow that plant. All right, cool. All right, we're heading back. Excuse me. Fucking egad, I get it. I know that this room is like, I know that this like section of the game is like kind of complex because there's a bunch of different stuff to do, but give me a second. Where is that water? It's right here.
But there.
When you're reading a book and one of the pages have been torn out, context.
Context. When you're at an anthropology museum and not anthropology. You're at an Animalia museum and you're learning about young deer in a book. It's fawn text.
When something really isn't that simple, but you're also standing in the middle of an apartment complex.
Oh, I love this genre of joke. It's so good.
When you decide, when someone decides that Zach is being a little too annoying, suplex.
Doggy down.
The Susanoo suplex. I should really finish Great Ace Attorney 2. I started it like weeks and weeks and weeks ago, but never really did anything with it. Oh my god.
Zach, they're taking down the tower, quickly!
I'm working on it, dude.
Send!
When you take a time machine and you're thrown back into Cretaceous period, T-Rex.
That one's terrible.
Horrible.
Oh, that's so good, though. I love it. So I've been watching more Adventure Time. Sorry, I keep saying Adventure Time. I mean regular show. I've been watching more regular show because I believe that I watched season 1 and season 2, but then I like stopped watching the show after that. Maybe some of season 3. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna like watch it from episode 1, and I'm just gonna like work my way through all 6 seasons. Show's really good. And it does like this really weird thing that I can't think of a lot of other shows doing, where excuse me, it doesn't really have an overarching plot for the most part. Like there's not like a through narrative like Adventure Time or Steven Universe has. For a really fucking long time, what it ends up being is that oh look, he's always in the direction that I'm not.
Oh yeah.
And he leans forward. Look at that. That's really clever. But yeah, I need to go through the TV. Correct. And this is blue.
Zach, where are you going?
I'm sorry. I'm thinking about Adventure Time. Regular show. Fuck.
Regular show.
I keep getting them confused. I don't know why.
They're both Cartoon Network. Oh no.
But the I don't know. The thing that I thought was really interesting is that like slowly over the course of like multiple episodes, even seasons,
Luigi.
it just brings up like, hey, you remember this like random character from this episode like a million years ago? And it's like, yeah, I kind of do remember that character. It's like, oh well, guess what? This episode's about them, and I'm like, what? That's pretty cool. Who in their right mind approved this?
Somebody did.
And like, I don't know, the basic like formula of regular show that I think is really great is just the idea of like, at least for the first 2 seasons, I can confirm every episode starts with something like relatively mundane, but then just due to how fucking batshit crazy the universe is, it somehow devolves into like apocalyptic, like the world's gonna end type shit. And I think it's I think that's just delightful.
Yeah, that's always the funny shit. Like I remember the first episode, just rock paper scissors, and then suddenly it evolves into fuck that. By the way,
he saw it.
Fuck that.
That's what you missed. But then you saw it.
Okay,
But it's
it was just
okay
a
because I
little
burned it
wheel.
immediately by accident.
By accident. It'll be all purpose.
Mostly.
Thank you for burning it.
But yeah, but believe it or not, officially the Rock Paper Scissors episode isn't even the first episode. It's the pilot, which according to like the official like DVD / the way that it's listed on HBO, that's actually like episode 20 something of season 2.
Really?
Yeah, so the pilot obviously aired first. Right, because it's a pilot for a TV show. That's how pilots work. But then they didn't like officially release the episode until much later.
Huh.
And it's really interesting because you can very clearly see that they added like new scenes to like try to make the narrative make a little bit more sense, because they like added new characters and stuff like that as the show went on.
Yeah.
And so it's like in the pilot, there's like this really rudimentary art style where everything has like a really high frame rate animation, but all the characters look fucking weird. And then suddenly it'll like cut away and it will be like skips, but he looks like he does in the normal show, and he's like, "Hey Rigby, how's it going?" And then it cuts back to Rigby and he goes, "Who is that?"
Oh.
And it's like, what? You. Wait a second. I like this guy's nose.
This dude's super close to you.
He's also enormous.
Yeah. But very soft-spoken, I think. Ooh.
Yes, that
He's got
terrified
you.
expression. That big mustache.
Yeah. I will make you a star.
Get ready, Lawrence. It's a lot of
Oh my,
fun.
wait a second. Are you about to... If someone builds a miniature city that you can walk on, I get real excited.
Sorry.
Attack of the
Whoopsie.
50-foot tall Luigi.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh,
Oh yeah!
it's Zodgilla.
Oh, yeah, Lawrence, I also say the whatchamacallit, the Abyss guys in Genshin sound like the ghosts from this game.
The high-pitched squealing,
Yeah.
like the stuffed animals, yeah. That's true. Oh.
What the fuck? Oh, that was a bomb.
Oh my god, this is giving me some nostalgia of those old,
Godzilla movies.
not just the Godzilla movies, but like the Godzilla games, or just like, I guess the giant monster genre of games, where y'all just like duking it out in the middle of the city.
Yeah.
Ah, I love those games.
Did you know that the PS3 Godzilla game, where they had like all the Godzillas and all the Godzilla monsters and stuff, that was actually delisted because the people that made it actually didn't have the rights to use most of the Godzilla like allies and monsters.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
Well, because the thing was is that they were told that they were by the publisher who ordered the game. And so they did the entire development cycle of the game, and then when they released it, they got contacted by, what was it, like Koei or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it was like, hey, you didn't pay us to use Godzilla, please delist this game. And they were like, what?
Oh, Zach, you're losing it! You're losing it! Turbo!
Turbo! Now I'm trying to find that one game.
Oh.
Godzilla, King of Monsters.
War of the Monsters on the PS2. Oh, it's such a good game. I think. I remember it being super good.
I think.
Well,
You were
that's
very
the
ecstatic
thing.
about
That's
it,
the,
Lawrence,
that's
and
the
then
thing
you
about
just, like, walked
memory.
it back.
That's the weird thing about memory and nostalgia. Is like
Rose-tinted goggles, man, you know?
roasting. Yeah.
I was
Ro-
literally
roasted
just
hammer.
earlier this stream talking about how much I loved Diablo 2 when I was a kid, and now that I was able to go back and play it in Resurrected, it's still really good, but it has a fuck ton of problems that I never
Yeah.
even considered when I was younger.
Oh, it happens.
What was it? It was Godzilla what?
War of the Monsters.
Now's your chance to achieve stardom. Mash, dude,
my
let's go!
Yeah, I love this game. It was just
It's fun.
fun. Duking it out, buildings falling apart because of your shenanigans, throwing people into said buildings.
We have Have you ever checked out the game? It doesn't have the monsters, unfortunately. It's all just mechs, but I think it's like Mega City Overdrive or whatever.
Let me see. Mega City.
You can also look up like giant mech game, and I think it has Overdrive in the name.
Yeah, Mega City Overdrive is giving me stuff about Judge Dredd, so I don't know.
So probably not that one. So by the way, Lawrence, we filmed the thing. The director's all happy. He gave us the button. We don't even have to fight him.
Yay!
And he goes in the director's room.
Yeah.
I do believe you actually do have to get him eventually, because I think he has a crystal.
Yeah, and then he's gonna go to the Oscars, and then Mario's hosting.
Oh, I need the...
Mario says something offensive to Luigi. Luigi walks up, smashes the ever-living shit out of his brother.
No, I think Daisy.
And then he wins the
smack
Oscar
him.
for this movie.
Smashes?
Later. Smashes.
Did you say smash or smack?
Smash.
And I said
He jumps on top of him. And then bonk,
I was gonna say
and then-
Luigi smash or pass Mario.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Smash or pass all Mario enemies.
Oh no.
Those boos, man, looking hella nice.
Those moves.
What was the back when Bowsette was like the most popular thing on the internet? What was it? It was Booette was really popular
Booette,
for a
yeah.
hot second
Booette
there.
was also popular,
But
yeah.
no, I don't need bouette. A regular boo's nice enough. Okay.
And then I think the last one that I saw that was starting to gain popularity was Chompette.
Chompette, never heard of that one.
Yeah, because the thing was that there was a lot of people who were trying to make their own like Gajinka pretty girl popular, but the last one that I saw that was building traction before the whole fad kind of died out was Chompette, where the chain chomps were her like hair balls.
Ah, yes, I am searching it now.
Oh yeah.
Full exposure.
Full exposure.
Hey, guess what?
She's
Lawrence,
fully clothed, don't you worry.
It's Saba.
God, it is Saba.
This is
What?
exactly what
I've
Saba
been
looks like
described
in
as
my
super
mind.
fluffy.
This is what Saba looks like
And
in my
not
mind.
this.
Haughty,
Really?
full of herself, irritating, steals my elevator buttons.
Damn.
How many times was I unable to go back to go back into the apartment because Saba stole
Because I wouldn't let
my
him.
elevator button? But yeah, this one, this area is kind of neat because you end up doing, because you don't actually have to face the final boss of the level, you end up kind of doing like 3 boss fights, which is kind of neat.
Do you have to? You have to face the cat anyway, right?
You do have to face the cat no matter what. That one is true. Look at all the little dudes. Oh my god, they're dead. I'm so sorry.
Zach has committed mass violence.
As is my
I don't
want.
think we can say we murdered them because they're technically already dead.
That is true. Can you murder someone who's already dead? Probably not.
So much double jeopardy.
That's why we have to classify it as something different. We have to classify it as the second death.
Yeah.
Re-death.
The Forgottening.
Redeath, that's an anime name right there. Redeath the Forgottening. Or a movie, I don't know.
That's the arc.
The Forgottening.
Oh yes.
Did you lose track of Polter Kitty? Use the light. Oh, there you go.
Use the dark light.
Hi, kitty cat.
No, that's only the impression left by the cat.
Oh my god. Yeah, and look.
Oh
And
my
this is
God.
Sabo. Once again.
Oh, but that's your tiger
That's
form.
me when Zach pisses me off.
This is Saba when I say something reasonable, but Saba disagrees with it.
This is Zach when he thinks he's saying something reasonable and I disagree with it.
I can't. How can I think that I'm saying something reasonable? That doesn't make any sense.
What you're saying you think is reasonable, but unfortunately
If I'm
for you,
saying it, that means it must be reasonable.
there he goes again, Lawrence. What can I do to make him realize?
I don't know what you can do, but I'm getting the popcorn, so.
Excuse you, cat.
Does anyone find, like, watching back on, like, streams or, like, videos we've done that their voice sounds weird? I think normally that's, like, a common thing, but sometimes I just listen to myself. I'm like, dude, that was me.
I mean, doesn't that happen all the time?
About that happens to.
Well,
that,
no,
yeah.
and I did, and yes, I did already say that, but I'm wondering the scale to which you guys find it weird.
Well, considering that I don't rewatch our own streams just because of fear of hearing my own voice.
Wow, that's okay. So you have
So,
so extreme to the point where you haven't even listened.
oh, I mean, I'm just being dramatic. I still feel uncomfortable hearing my own voice. So, I mean, yeah.
It's just interesting because I'm like, bro, that doesn't sound like I don't feel like it sounds like me.
Yeah.
It feels like a different person.
Yeah.
I mean,
I hear myself. Like, I'm hearing myself right now. It's there's nothing wrong with my voice at the moment, but when I hear it, I'm just like, who is this child with a high pitched voice?
Yay.
And it makes me.
I too feel like a 5-year-old.
you look like one too.
I know, and that's what makes it worse.
That's what makes it worse.
Oh my god.
Big cat.
Oh, alright, calm down. You're gonna drop everything. Whoop.
What? I guess this just means I have to check someplace else.
Bad Luigi.
I still think that my voice on recording sounds weird, but oh yeah, look, his head does turn.
Yeah.
He's like definitely not looking at the camera anymore.
You're totally right.
Man, that's fucked. That's
Oh,
spooky.
he moves really slowly, yeah.
Wait, is he moving?
Yeah, he was moving really slowly.
Was he?
Go back to the left.
Oh,
Oh yeah, he is.
He is.
Heck
Maybe
yeah.
it's an animatronic.
Well, I mean, it's a video game.
Well,
It is a
You
video game.
foolish Lawrence,
I
thinking
just-
that realism matters.
that's not what I mean. I mean, it's a moving thing. I'm gonna sing it's like a voice.
Lawrence.
There.
That's what Lawrence would sound like if he was a Pokemon. He'd be Lawrence.
Lawrence.
I don't know where to go to
It's
find
Lawrence.
this cat.
If Lawrence was in a video game, he'd be an entire clan of aristocrats who fell out of power and are still trying to avenge their ruined reputation.
Foolish mortals.
You know, it's all it took me a fat minute to figure out where you're going with it.
Oh, I'm glad
Oh.
I'm glad you eventually got there.
You fucking dick. You just had to break that light.
How about checking the floor below? What?
Yeah.
Yeah, going down an
We
entire
dipped down.
floor.
I
Zach.
forgot about that. That's crazy. Hey,
Dip,
Gorilla, will you
dive,
stop looking at me?
dodge.
It was told expressly to keep an eye on you.
Huh? Ah.
Okay.
Oh no!
No possessed trash can!
Trash can! It's Reddit personifying.
That's mean. Why would you say that to Reddit?
Like
What
a
has Reddit ever
man.
done to you?
Give me stress
How would it give you
and
stress?
annoyance.
I told you that you can block up to 100 subreddits.
That's, that ain't
Which,
it,
by the
Chief.
way, I can't fucking believe it's only 100.
I mean, listen, if you're blocking 100 sub, like if you're maxed out, I'm not even. Why would you even go to r/all?
Because so this is very similar to what Jesse said, right? Jesse was like, why don't you just start favoriting the places that you actually like? Because the thing that I like about r/all is that sometimes there is like just kind of junk on there, stuff I would never look at myself. Like, you need to have like a buffer, I guess, if that makes any sense.
Sure. But at the same time, you're taking a risk. Sometimes when you're looking for something silly,
right?
that
But
you would not
the
normally
risk
look
shouldn't
for.
be like one of the things that I'm really hating, because r/what the fuck and r/nature is metal are getting the same exact treatment.
Metal
that
or mental?
metal and metal. But they're getting the same treatment that r/political compass memes did, where they're like, people are coming from certain other websites and purposely trying to like ruin the fun for everybody else. Like, did you happen to see what was like on the? It was literally the #1 post on r/all for. Well, I guess it was #1 because I had a bunch of stuff blocked, but it was the #1 for me on r/all for a while. It was the video of the constipated elephant.
Oh yes, I didn't watch it, but I saw the thumbnail. I'm like, I'm not.
I was too curious. I had to see.
Oh my
How
god.
bad was it? Was the
It's as
elephant having
gross
a hard
as
time?
you might assume. It was awful. But it's like, that's not what the point of Nature is Metal was. You know what I mean? Like, the point of Nature is Metal was to show like really cool images of like wildlife, not to show an explosive diarrhea of an elderly elephant. You know?
But it goes through sometimes. So.
Well, I know, but what I'm saying is that, like, previously, like last year, when Nature is Metal started getting popular,
Previously
that never
on
would
Nature
have
is
hit
Metal.
front page. You know what I mean?
Now it is.
And now it is. And what I'm saying is that it's getting the and once again, that is exactly what I was saying, where it's like it's getting the same treatment as political compass memes, where it seems like certain individuals from external websites are coming in with the express intention of being like, wouldn't it be funny if we made this website really fucking gross?
Wouldn't it be nice?
Wouldn't it be nice? But yeah, that's my problem here.
Is what
why-
that
that's why
Reddit
you
does
don't
that?
like-
What do you mean?
Yeah, that sometimes some stuff like that goes through, and I just.
'Cause what was the
not
last one you and I
comfortable seeing
talked about that we both shared? It was Shira, wasn't it? r/Shira or whatever.
What, in terms of subreddits? That's
Kind of like devolve over time.
sure. Yeah, I guess so.
r/Arcane is that for me, because after Arcane like finished and the majority of people like left, there was a period of time where some people were doing like fan art, and that was like cool, like that was fine. But then now r/Arcane is just people. It's like literally like Arcane shit posts, where it's somebody just takes like a screenshot from an episode and being like, man, wasn't this funny?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
that's how I feel about r/Avatar. It's like, yeah, I get it. You watch the same episode millions of times. It's not a secret anymore. Everyone knows the fish is brought from sea to sea, and that's how you can tell the story of time. Shut up. But yeah,
Lawrence is like, oh, I love it. That's so good.
it's shit like that. It's like, come on. I don't like communities. Y'all are too weird when you're stuck in a room.
They're
for
too hyper focused.
Festering.
Yeah, they're festering.
They're what
that
is
cool?
it?
They're cool when they're young.
They're
or when-
molding and then they're sprouting something new.
It's cool. It's
Yeah.
cool when there's something to actually discuss. You know.
Yeah, or if it's happening at the moment. But after it's done, there's no reason for that subreddit to live anymore.
Now, that being said, rumors about season 3 are kicking up. So, or sorry,
Ooh.
series 3.
Sounds exciting.
So who knows? Is it? Well, actually, never mind. I forgot that you like Korra, so never mind. I don't want to encourage this conversation, but Saba, this is a good opportunity for you to discuss with Lawrence your opinions about Legend of Korra. If you'd like.
Oh wow! You know, I was happy that you forgot about it. All I'm gonna say, Lawrence, is that there was a video I watched that made some salient points.
I'm not sorry. I'm not having. I watched a video of someone watching the show. I'm not having that.
No, not a video of someone
not
watching
that,
the show.
and not even that. I just don't like discussing Avatar anymore. It's so.
He's had the conversation a million
we
times.
don't have to go that far. I'm just saying there was a guy who made some salient points that I think helped clarify some of my feelings / reasonings for why I just don't like Korra.
It was pretty funny because like Saba watched this video and then she messaged me being like, "Hey, when you get a chance, you want to talk about it?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's talk right now." And she was like, "What?" And then I called her. But then we moved the conversation into like just a general chat, and so Jesse showed up randomly as he's wont to do, because it turns out he had a lot of things to say about Legend of Korra as well. And I said the same thing to Jesse, that I said the same thing to Saba, and I said the same thing to you, Lawrence, like a long while ago, which is like, I still think Korra's really good, which is kind of crazy considering how much I complain about the show. And Jesse was like, "You know what? Same, man." And I was like, "Oh, thanks, Jesse."
And no, I didn't get far enough for that.
Well, I mean, you had to like go do something or whatever because you weren't expecting the conversation at that moment. But I don't know. I said as much to Saba, but I personally didn't very much like that video that she posted.
Uh-oh.
There was like a bunch of and like of course like when we talked, I was like, I only agree with some points of this, and the section that I
sorry.
The section that I agreed with for the most part had to do with like the way Korra was written as a character herself. And then a lot of his other points, I feel like he just got really emotional about just harping on the thing, and I was like, okay.
It was like shitting on Korra for the sake of shitting on Korra. It seemed like the guy was trying to like really crank up his over enthusiasm for like YouTube views or whatever.
Yeah, but you know, you gotta take, if there's some good points,
you take the good with the bad.
Points, yeah.
As long as you can recognize the difference between the two, I guess it's better than otherwise. But
so yeah. That was it. I didn't really have.
I just thought it would be funny because I know how much Lawrence hates having the Korra conversation.
Yeah.
Yes, I never wanted to bring it up.
Yeah, wait, excuse you. You did.
You
didn't want to bring it up
funny,
today,
guys.
but when we were
Lawrence.
talking about Korra and I told you that Lawrence liked Korra, you were like, "What?"
No, I know some people like the show. I'm just like, how could you like her?
How can you like her?
you literally went, I understand, but why?
But
would you
why?
wanna do
Why?
this? Like, that's not the argument. I don't know. It's just, I'm sick of the internet style arguments of like, oh, this show's better than this, when it's like, just enjoy the shows that you like. Don't.
Well, sure,
Don't
but you
go-
know,
don't go
then on the
hard.
one hand, bad writing is bad
Oh, here we
Okay.
go.
writing. Some of it, and Zach clearly agrees, some of it was just bad writing.
But here's
Absolutely,
my argument. I don't care.
And that's fine. You don't have to
Exactly.
appreciate-
Lawrence
If
is
you
like,
want to appreciate bad writing, that's fine.
"Where the fuck is this cat?"
Wasn't there a way to try to find it?
Oh, you're right. The black light.
Zach.
What the fuck, dude?
You're gonna have to go all the way back up now.
Oh well.
Zach.
Let's keep talking about Korra.
Oh, we were letting go on this. Thought we were gonna shit on other subreddits.
Nah, I
For
like
example,
talking about Korra.
No, please. So tired of everything Avatar.
Zahir is really cool, though. I did. Did I bring that up when you and I were talking about this, Saba, the person's video,
Maybe, yeah.
where they kept harping on about how like they thought it was stupid that it's like, why would you have the main villain of your arc be an anarchist? Don't they know that anarchism just leaves a void that can only be filled by authoritarianism? And then he starts criticizing Kuvira, and I'm like, isn't this literally what the point of this would be, to show that anarchism leads to authoritarianism? Isn't that like good writing, I guess, kinda? At least it sets something up.
True. You did mention.
I like both of these.
Remember to keep paying attention to the blacklight if you can.
Oh yeah. I think right now it's just
sure
I
you
think
didn't
it's
go
just
too far?
coiling up the tree.
Are you sure?
Oh, maybe not. Let me go back down then. Lawrence is so fucking done with the conversation.
Like I said, I already warned you. But one of the subreddits that I hate seeing on my feed that I already got getting rid of is r/freefolk.
Oh
Or,
god,
literally
it's so
any of the Game of Thrones.
masturbatory at this point.
Yeah, it's
How many
been
times
done
can a
in
person
3
post
years.
per day that they hated season 8?
Yeah,
And now it should be
Okay, so
noted,
this
season 8
is,
was awful. But still.
when did the show end? 2019.
Yeah.
It's 3 years. If they're still upset about that, fucking do something else with your life. I swear to God.
I mean, on one hand, I agree because it's annoying to see. On the other hand, it was like the most popular TV show, and a lot of people built like their entire personalities around it. So on one hand, yeah, like move on. But on the other hand, I could see why someone has difficulty moving on, I guess.
Sure, but if you built your personality around it, that's not exactly a good thing.
No, certainly not.
Where's Kit?
Well, I mean the thing.
it's kinda
Which way
leading
are the
It's kinda
paw prints
weird.
going? Oh, they're going up now. Okay. I'm going to assume the cat jumped across.
Nope.
I hit the A button to jump.
As he proceeds to fall.
I hit the A button to jump like it was a platformer. Like I was playing as Luigi's much better brother. Hey, I was in here, and then I left.
Yeah.
Well, shit, dude. What the fuck? Where's this cat
How are you
going?
supposed to track?
Right there.
No, but it's not. But it's not.
You gotta.
Oh, it is just in there. The fuck?
Crazy K. Okay. You have nowhere to hide, cat. Nowhere to hide. Oh, he went
You have
back.
exactly one place to hide.
Maybe you gotta take away most of its hiding spots.
Oh,
the
I can
flowers, which
vacuum.
are
I can
the-
vacuum them all up so they're not available anymore. Trying to think of like other subreddits that are really annoying, because a lot of the subreddits that are really annoying are like fit into one of two categories. Either it's way too niche but also way too popular, you know, where it's just like I think I talked about it before, but like Dunder Muffin or whatever it's called, Dunder Mifflin, the Office subreddit, the Office subreddit.
Yeah.
Fuck that one. That was like the second one I oh fuck it, Jesus.
Oh, God.
That was like the second one I blocked when I realized that you could block stuff.
Fair. I think the only reason why I didn't block it is just because I don't understand the references.
Well, that's kind of why
But
I
but
hated
it looks silly, so that's why. Oh, I mean, fair. Sometimes it looks silly enough, but I don't know. It hasn't done anything egregious
Fuck.
enough for me to block it. Blocked r/anti-work because I think they show their true colors
Well,
a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yes, just yesterday when I decided to plunge in r/all, one of the top posts for that day was just a guy just absolutely bullying his boss after his boss texted the team like, "Good work, guys." And he sent that SpongeBob and he was like, "Good work, guys." And then the boss responds like, Could you not please do that?" And then he sent another meme like, "Can you please not do that?" And then the boss was like,
How freaking
"Yeah, okay, I'm gonna have to suspend you for a little bit."
It's a really good example of, because I truly do believe that the initial intention of anti-work is a difficult thing because it wasn't made with the best intentions initially, but then it was co-opted by people who had the best intentions, and then it got so popular that now it's like polluted by people who just don't want to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it's just like there was a golden period of time where it was about cooperation and like actually trying to make progressive strides towards an actual livable work environment in the US. And then it just kept going, and now it's about being like, I don't want to work ever.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Also, fuck your boss. Like, but my boss was really nice and gave me a raise. Like, no.
No, they're in a position higher than
boss.
you? No.
Keep your boss's name out your fucking mouth. Like, and a lot of the comments on that was like, he suspended you, now you can spend that time looking for a new job.
Wow.
Like, dude, that's not the point.
What a
Also,
loser.
where are you getting all these jobs from, people?
Well, I'm about to say, like, also, isn't it
It
hard
took
to
me
get a
2
job
years
right
to
now?
find a job at Red Cross. Where are you finding all these jobs?
Like, yeah, exactly. Like, where are you guys getting these job opportunities where in your resume it's mostly gonna say, yeah, you got fucking fired for yelling at a boss for no reason.
Yeah, I don't think anyone wants a coworker like you.
No,
If
absolutely.
you act like that too.
Absolutely not. That's what a lot of the sub is now. I mean, I remember the golden period, and that was nice, but now it's just ridiculous.
Ever since the what you calls it, the Fox News interview.
Yes, with the dog walker slash philosopher teacher slash
Fuck
something.
Man, fuck that person.
Reddit mod, there you go.
Reddit mod,
Or
period.
title, period.
But the what was the one that they tried to do to, like, because they wanted to distance themselves from anti-work because it had been polluted by the Fox News interview?
Are you talking about the
work reform?
Work reform?
Yeah, it was work reform. And I like work reform because, once again, it's like, even right now, it still has, its intentions are in the right place, but it's so much smaller than anti-work that it doesn't really
But maybe
feel...
that's what's keeping it safe a little bit from it being taken over so quickly
but that,
again.
and you're super right about that, but that's like kind of, I don't know, I guess that's like kind of part of the, what the fuck?
Wow, that's trippy.
I guess that's kind of the problem.
No, it's there. It's just invisible. Yeah.
I guess
Maybe
that's kind of the problem because
and-
work reform is so small that it's not polluted, as you just said, but it's also so small that it doesn't really feel like a movement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there's no, I don't know. I remember like during the height of anti-work, there were people like there were like local politicians in like people's like neighborhoods who were like, hey, this is making a lot of really compelling arguments. Can you explain to me the benefits of like a 4-day work week? You know? And it was like, oh, please. For a brief and shining moment, I was hopeful.
Yeah.
Okay, it is
then
now.
the mask fell.
Oh, it is
It's now
10.
7 or 10.
It do be time.
I mean,
and I
I'm
am gotten hungry.
I'm gonna finish this with this cat, obviously, but then I'll be finishing.
Okay, you have fun. I will head off for food.
Thank you for
I
being here,
will
Saba.
also be,
Yes, see you guys
I will
later.
also be dipping.
Okay, cool.
Goodbye, all.
And then it was just me. Surprise. Do I? I don't have anything. Is there an item in here that I can turn? Oh. There we go. Hmm. Holy fuck. There you go.
Oh boy. Phew.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Can I just fall off? Will it let me do that? No, because then I'll just take damage, right? I'm close. It's fine. Not that close.
Wow. Whoa. Wee. Ooh. Wow. Ha ha. Yippee. Oh.
There we go. What a beautiful place to end off the stream. Good night.